I went to this rooftop in Hong Kong I used to always go to, and I went onto the roof and I had a cigarette. I used to smoke then, and I sat on the edge of the building. I looked at the city. It sounds like a movie, right? I looked at the city, the lights, and I was like, I'm gonna quit school and I'm gonna make something work. I don't know what it is. Like, I had no idea what to do. I had a YouTube channel with like 800 subscribers. You know, no one knew me. I was like a wannabe kid, right? And I just like sat on the edge of this building. I said like, I'm gonna somehow become successful. We'll see.
Morjesta, se on Osmonautti tässä näin uuden videon parissa ja tänään tulee tätä mun Aallonkuohussa-sarjaa, eli tätä mun haastattelusarjaa ja tänään mulla on täällä haastattelussa James Sight, joka on julkaistu tuossa viime viikolla uuden biisin. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I just stopped the army and shit. I mean...
How was it?
I fuck with it.
Really?
Many people told like, nah, fuck Inti and fuck army and shit. But I really liked it.
You liked it? That's good.
Because I was in the
the camera stuff.
And that was pretty fun to me. I was filming the videos and taking pics. And what have you done in the past week?
In the past week, just working, man. Lots of work, making a lot of music, and FTI is busy. We've got a lot of stuff happening with that, and just grinding, man.
Yeah.
Grinding.
What type of work you have done, like other than like being in a studio?
Other than being in the studio, we're getting like promo pictures ready and that type of stuff, photo shoots, and also with FTI, just sitting in sessions with the artists and planning out their releases and all that stuff, and then all the marketing and promotion shit that happens behind the scenes. Yeah. It's busy work.
For who the promote things and shit?
Well, the promotion I've been doing this week was for my project that I just dropped. Okay. Just trying to figure out some things, of course, try and make sure that I can get the song to English audience, because in Finland, they don't listen to so much English music.
I got you. Yeah.
And then also, just working on the same strategies that we can use for our FTI artists here in Finland.
Yeah. I heard you are dropping a new song in when?
16th of April.
So it's like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah,
3 weeks. And the song is named
Angels and Demons.
I heard the song when you did the song. I was in the studio with you and Daniel was there. I mean, he produced the song, and Hussa was there also, chilling
every time
in the fucking sohva in Finnish. Tell me about the new song, the Angels and Demons.
Well, it's one of my favorite songs I've made in a really long time. Maybe my favorite, actually. It was my first collaboration with Daniel. So I've been working this whole past year with Hussa and Pablo, like 99% of the time. I haven't worked with Daniel before, so I spoke to Daniel and he was like, yo, we should set up a session. I was like, let's do it, let's see what happens. And I had this weird feeling that would make something fucking good. And he, can I swear?
Yeah.
I had a feeling that would make something good, and he had the same feeling. And then we just got in the studio, you were there, he started playing this melody, and I told him, I had this idea. It's like, in life how there's all these good things that happen in your life, but then it's also easy to get surrounded by bad things, right? And you can either go and do bad shit or you can go and do good shit.
Yeah,
right?
I got you.
And the bad shit is the demon, the good shit is the angel, and it's about how they fight in my head. The song represents that, and it's a high energy, hard song, but yeah.
What type of like demons you have in your life, like right now, or past, like 1 year or 2 years?
That's a good question. Here we go. It's starting already.
I mean, I know you have like angels with like music shit and like
and my family,
like
my family,
and social media things and all that.
Yeah.
But
social media is the demon.
For real?
Yeah.
I mean, like you are working in like social media.
Yeah, of course.
Like, like that's like angel to you, like you can live off that,
definitely
get like brand deals and like money off that. But
I'm blessed with that. But in terms of the demons, it's more so like dealing with things that have happened in the past. Things that still kind of play on my head a bit. I've had lots of different types of situations and things that it's like for everybody. I think growing up, there's a lot of bad things that happen. When you're a kid, and things that don't feel so good. So of course, as you get older, you start to think about things in a different way, and it's kind of like trying to fight the bad feelings. And then also like, I'm one of those people that if a situation starts going bad for me, I start thinking many ways to fix it. But sometimes I think about bad ways. Things that you shouldn't do to fix it. But then I also think about how can I fix this in a positive way. So it's about like, how they conflict in your head and trying to make the right choice.
Yeah. Can you tell me like more specific, like like the demons in your like past. And I mean, I heard like you had pretty rough like childhood, and you have lived all over the world. You have lived there and there. I mean, if I remember from like top of my head, you have lived in Hong Kong, Australia, Macau, or how's that pronounced? Thailand.
Yep.
Singapore and UK for like 1 year.
Yeah. Well, back and forth. Months at a time.
And the last one is Finland.
Yeah. So, well, basically, like, I want to make something really clear, and this is like the first time I've been able to speak about these things to a camera, so it's live here on Osmo's channel, but my childhood was not bad. Like, I can say that for a fact. My childhood was much better than what some people have had, and much better than what some of my friends have had. So I'm super blessed, but there were still bad things that happened. Like, you know, if I shed a little bit of light, there's some things I don't want to get into too much yet, but it's like, in 2008, you know, there was like a big financial crisis, right? And
2008, you were
in Australia,
like 10 years old.
8 years old.
So you were born in 2000?
No,
Okay.
But in 2008, so basically, let's make this clear. When I was born, like we had, you know, my parents were together and we had a house and it was fine. No problems there at all. But after the 2008 financial crisis, you know, basically what happened is like a lot of people went broke, you know, and the banks were losing money. My dad, who was working at a bank. So after that, there was a lot of issues. And one thing I want to make clear is that like a lot of people thought I was moving lots of countries because we were very rich and we were having fun. But it was because he kept losing his job. You know, because in Australia there was no work. They kicked him out of his job and the, you know, banks were trying to take our shit. And he had to go look in all these random countries in Asia to try and find work. So we had to follow him everywhere we went. Like every 2 years or whatever, 1 year and a half, would move again. So like, you know, what comes with that is it was hard to make friends. You know, I'd make friends, I'd get close to these people and then I'd leave them and never talk to them again. And it just, you know, kept happening.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So there were things like that. And then one thing led to another and my parents divorced and my dad kind of went away for quite a long time. He wasn't, like, we didn't see him much at all. So it's just me, my mum and my sister. And then, there was some other issues we had to deal with there. But that's how we ended up in Finland. Because eventually my mum was like, oh shit, like we should probably, you know, be closer to family. My mum has family here, so we moved to Finland. And then that was in 2014. So a lot of people don't know this, but I actually went to like I went to grade 7 and 8 in Tampere.
For real?
So I went to school in Tampere.
Which school?
Fista. Finnish International School of Tampere.
Okay. Yeah.
So I went to school in Tampere for a little bit and I fucked up school. I was smoking weed and started like really early, just starting to do some stupid shit and a bunch of other stuff. Like me and my friends, like, because they were also from like England and other countries, so like they spoke English, so like we connected instantly. Do you know what I mean? So we started, like, my schooling went to the shit, and then it got to a point where they had actually taken me out of my classes. So I had to do my school with just me and one teacher in a classroom, no friends. And I ate my lunch at a different time. Like they took me away from everything, and then I was like, I stopped going to school. I just didn't go. I was like, I'm done with this. And like, you know, I was failing every grade, every single one. Like grade 5, grade 4, like yeah. So then after that, like I had been talking to my dad again, and we had started like building more of a connection. And then I went to Hong Kong because he was working there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened. But within there, of course, you know, growing up and having issues with money at times, and also, you know, becoming a man, you know, a lot of shit happens, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
did you went to like a lukio or ammattikoulu or shit, anything like that?
In Hong Kong, I went to lukio, but I only went for about 8 months. I think I went to Hong Kong. The whole point I even went to Hong Kong is my mom was like, "This is your last chance to like be good at school, you know, and get your grades." And I was like, "Okay, we'll try." Went to Hong Kong. Same thing happened. I was fucking rebelling at school and being an asshole and getting into issues all the time with teachers and students and stuff. And then in that same period, my dad lost his job again in Hong Kong, and school in Hong Kong, you know, it's not free. You have to pay. So he was like, "This, like, you're failing school. It's too expensive, blah, blah, blah." So I was like, okay, fuck it, I quit. And I remember the day I went to this rooftop in Hong Kong. Basically, I just had a fight with my teacher at school. It was like 1 p.m. and I had a fight with this teacher, and then I just he said like, if you don't want to be here, you should leave. And I said, yeah, fuck you, I'm gonna leave. And then I took my bags and I left the school and I went to this rooftop in Hong Kong I used to always go to. And I went onto the roof and I had a cigarette, I used to smoke then. And I sat on the edge of the building, I looked at the city. It sounds like a movie, right? I looked at the city, the lights, and I was like, I'm gonna quit school and I'm gonna make something work. I don't know what it is. Like, I had no idea what to do. I had a YouTube channel with like 800 subscribers. You know, no one knew me. I was like a wannabe kid, right? And I just like sat on the edge of this building. I said like, I'm gonna somehow become successful. We'll see. And I told everybody I'm quitting school, and they were like, "You're a fucking idiot." They thought I was so dumb. But yeah, and from there on, I quit school and started grinding.
Yeah, this world is. The world like right now and the kids is like, if you leave school or you drop out and shit, they be like, you're finna be a loser.
But I'll tell you what, it's true. But don't quit school. And I want to make this really clear as well, because my story is really crazy, and I'm sure there'll be some kids who think they want to do the same thing as me, and of course you can. And I do believe that if you work hard and you have a passion, you can be successful, 100%. Yeah, I believe it. But quitting school is a massive risk. It really is. And if you do quit school, you will go through what I've been through as well, and you will have months where you're eating fucking plain macaroni every day because you have no money, you can't find work, people look at you like you're nothing. So it's hard, and I wouldn't recommend quitting school. I just want to make that clear.
When you had that moment in the rooftop of the fucking place in Hong Kong, what did you do after that? Like, what was the plan? Like, next thing you did?
Next thing?
Like, did you start like YouTube at that time, or what?
Yeah. So basically, I just started climbing buildings. I'd saved up like 300 euros. Actually, no. I want to make this thing really clear as well. So one of my bros who lives in UK, his name's Alex, and he's been like, me and him have just been like, doing YouTube stuff together, blah blah. Since like 2011, we've been planning this stuff. Like I started talking to him in like 2013. In 2013, I started talking to this guy, and we used to like play games online, like CS:GO and that stuff, right? So we'd be talking, and he always knew that like I wanted to do like music. I spoke about music since I was very young, because I played instruments when I was younger and stuff. He knew I wanted to do music. He knew I wanted to climb buildings and film it and stuff and this and that. So he always believed in me, right? He pushed me and he helped get me ideas. And when I was living in Hong Kong, I had no money, right? In my bank account, like I had nothing to buy, and there was no one who was going to buy me anything. And Alex had gotten a GoPro for his birthday in UK. And do you know what he did?
And he gave it to you?
He sent it to me in the mail.
For real?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's like a blessing to you.
That's some love, man. That was like, yeah.
And that was the way you started to film YouTube videos, right?
Yeah.
And then you get the camera. Yeah. And then you started like doing your thing. And then, I mean, look at you now. Like you're like, you have done so much content with it. And
yeah. So it's like basically like he saw how much I wanted to do this, and I guess he believed in me. And he's like, I'm not gonna use the GoPro, and he put it in a box. Like I remember he had it was like an iPhone box or something. He put the GoPro in there and just. He said like he's sending me a package. He didn't say what it was, right? And I just get a mail one day in my house in Hong Kong, and it's a GoPro, and I'm just like, what? This is crazy, because like, to me it was like, I couldn't afford one. So it was, that I remember the day it happened. I put that thing on my head, and I went outside and I found the tallest building, and I went up there and I climbed it, and I put it on YouTube, and it was maybe 2 weeks and I had 15,000 subscribers.
But I mean, I think that's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Like for like that little time, like 2 weeks, you get like 15,000.
Yeah, and then after like the first month, 2 months, it was 30,000 and 50,000. And what happened there is just, I was doing a lot of crazy stuff. I was hanging off these buildings. I was climbing up the cranes and stuff. And then, of course, the GoPro he bought me broke. So, but then I had ad revenue coming, right? And I'd been doing like articles with like the Daily Mail and stuff, and I'd been getting money. So then I went and bought this. It was brand new. You know this GoPro Hero 5 Black? The black one, the new one. It was the newest at the time. And I went into a store. It was like 4,000 Hong Kong dollars, 400 euros or something.
Yeah.
I just put the cash on the table and I took it, and I was.
I mean that's like little flex to you. Like, I mean, you had no money like 1 year before or 2 years before, and then you like put the like big cash to table and shit. I mean that's
and it was like
good.
I could buy like laptops, and I could buy clothes. I could do all these things, but as well, when I first started making money, I wasted a lot of money. because I was a young kid and I didn't know how to like save money, right?
For what, like?
Yeah. So
like for what you did, like?
Like I was buying Yeezys, I was buying jeans, I was buying hoodies, man. Like I had drip in Hong Kong. like if anyone from Hong Kong's watching this, 99% of the people there don't even like me. So if you're watching this, number one, it's fuck you. But number two, they can remember like how I started coming after I quit school. It was funny.
But like, why did they don't like you?
Well, I'm gonna keep something super real, and like I'm somebody who I do forgive people. I feel like if you want to, you know, feel peaceful every day and you want to have a happy life, you have to forgive people. You know, if people have done you wrong in the past, there was a reason for it, and you should be able to say it's okay and move on. So I forgive everybody, everyone who's ever done me wrong, I do forgive, but I still remember how they treated me. And when I started YouTube in Hong Kong, I just started YouTube when I was on my last like 2 months at school, right? And I had like 100 subscribers. I'd put like a vlog. I made a vlog, right? Basically I heard a lot of talk around the circles, like they would call me wannabe KSI. They would call me like, they would say like all sorts of shit, you know. One time I was at school and some guy who played rugby or some shit, some asshole guy that came and he had a laptop and he put it in front of me and he was like watching my video and they were like laughing and I was so close to just beating the fuck out of him. I was so mad, you know, because like to me it was like, I felt so disrespectful, you know. And then I heard all these things happening around. People just, you know, they didn't like me, and I was very different as well, because the kids I went to school with in Hong Kong were super rich, you know, like super rich. Like they would do these boat parties every weekend. They would, you know, their parents had sports cars, and they lived in like these houses in Hong Kong. Like if you have a house in Hong Kong, you're like a millionaire, right? Because we lived in a tiny apartment, and they lived in houses near the beach. And their parents were like Italian and had these, you know, Ferraris and shit. So like they saw me as different, because they would be like, oh, do you want to come to the boat party? It's like 200 euros each. I said, I don't have 200 euros. And they're like, you know, they'd look at me funny because they don't understand, you know? So they never really liked me so much. And I know that there was a huge disconnect. But then what was funny is after I started doing YouTube and the numbers started coming, people started to change very quickly. And they would be hitting me up like, yo, bro, I told you you'd do this, or like, yo, what are you doing this weekend? Or this one time I was filming a video, you know, Ultra Music Festival. Like the EDM festival.
Okay.
A massive music festival, and they had one in Hong Kong. And I went there, and I was fucked up. I was drinking vodka. I was with a few of my friends, and this one group of people who were like, they were super like drunk, and they went to my school, and I hadn't seen them for like 1 year. And now it's like my shit was big, you know, the articles were everywhere.
Yeah.
And we were in like the mosh pit. And they were like, oh, James Sight, what? We haven't seen you in so long. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. You know, just so like I was an idiot, you know? It's crazy.
Oh my God.
But, you know, that's, out of everything I've dealt with, that's little stuff.
But how did you like, what is the word in English? Like, handle the situation with them? Where you like, yeah, you my guy, or what? Like,
no, I would look at them and not reply. And a few times there'll be a guy come shake my hand and I'll look at him and look at his hand, and I'm not going to shake hands with someone I don't respect, you know, because I feel like a handshake, it's a respectful thing.
Yeah,
you know?
I got you.
So it'd be like that. Like, I wasn't trying to be like, oh, come find me. Like, you know, what's the point? Those bigger things. But then there was one time we had me and two of my friends had a fight with a bunch of guys. I didn't even know them, but we were leaving some club and there was like 3 versus 3, right? But these guys were like big rugby guys, you know. I'm like more skinny guy, right? And they, I don't know, they bumped into my friend or something, and they were trying to fight us. We were trying to walk home, right? And they turned around, they were like, oh, you know, trying to fight. And I was like, okay. And then I just said like, fuck you, like go home. I was with one of my friends from Ukraine, fucking cool guy. And basically this one guy, he looks at me and he says, James, you're James. I know who you are. And I said, yeah. And he said, he's from UK, this guy. And he told me, go back to where you come from. And even he's from UK living in Hong Kong, and he told me to go back to where I come from. I was like, you what? And then it kicked off, but it didn't last very long.
Bro, what the?
Yeah, man, that was a bunch of real shitty people there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
like,
tell you.
That sounds pretty dumb to me. Like, what the fuck is the guys telling something like that? I don't know,
and I didn't even know the guy.
Okay.
But yeah, Hong Kong is a great place, but also there's a bunch of bad people.
So where your dad lives right now? He was living there and there, but
my dad, he's in Macau again. Back in Macau. Now he's in Macau. So yeah.
But did he have like job right now?
Yeah.
Good.
Kind
of. What do you mean with that?
Like, he does bits and pieces of things to get by.
Okay.
You know, just to pay the bills and
Yeah. How about your mother?
My mom, she lives in Finland.
Yeah.
She's a teacher.
Oh yeah.
It's real Finnish stuff.
She teaches what?
Like the young kids, like at school, like primary school, like English and.
She's not doing only one thing.
No. She's okay.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. As we talked earlier in the video, you have lived in many countries. What's your favorite country to live in?
Favorite country to live in? That's a good question.
I mean, many of the countries have like their own pros and cons and and shit. But what's your favorite?
I would say Hong Kong.
Really?
Yeah, Hong Kong made me. The person I am today. That place has made me. And that place will always be special to me.
Yeah.
Till the day I die. And Hong Kong, I know it well, and I know a lot of people there, and I love Hong Kong. Yeah. It's a great city, but also I would say Singapore.
Really?
Singapore's a nice place, man. It's relaxing, it's safe, it's comfortable, it's it's chill.
I know anything. I mean, I don't know anything about Singapore. Like, I know shit about that place.
Yeah, well, it's just like any other city in Asia, but it's warm. It's a small place. It's nice place.
So you have been living in like all these like warm place like all over the Asian shit. Mm-hmm. But do you like the Finnish weather, like the cold and snow and shit?
Nah, man, I hate the weather here. Yeah, I'll be honest. But I do love summer. Like I love Finland, and Finland to me also is home. I have family here, and I visited here when I was younger, and Finland is a special place to me. And I feel also like inside that there's some Finnish inside me. Like I love going to mökki, I like sauna, I like, all these things. So I love Finland, but
Gossu,
I love it all. I love but I only like Finland in winter. I only like Finland in summer. Yeah. I don't like winter. It's cold, it's dark, it's wet.
What was your how was your first winter here?
It was actually nice.
2014.
It was nice because I'd been living in Australia, and in Australia it's so hot. Most of the time. Winter is kind of cold, but it's mainly hot. And when I came there, I was excited because there was all the snow, and I was like, I could snowboarding and all these stuff. So actually, I enjoyed the first winter, but then when I lived here for so long, I started to hate it more and more.
Yeah. Same case with me. Like, I have lived here all my life, and I'm Finnish, and you can hear from my voice, my English. I'm not from English or anything, but I don't fuck with like winter like that. When I was like little kid, I was like, let's go to Pulkkamäki with. Pulkkamäki is in English is you go to the fucking hill and you
go downhill with sled.
With sled and shit. But now I'm 20 years old, and like last winter I was like, fuck, like I was hating it all the time. Like I don't fuck with winter like that.
Me too.
Yeah, but warm and summer I fuck with it.
Me too.
And Finnish summer is pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Like nice. There is 25 plus
days and the sun is all night, and it's nice.
I don't know, is this like a stupid question, but I have ask you this. I have seen Central C's like Instagram posts, and I saw you were commenting like my bro and shit. Did you know him as person?
No. Like that's like a when you say, like if you say like if you're in UK, so much of the UK slang washed off on me because I stayed there for so long. And in Hong Kong, like my homeboys, like my family in Hong Kong, like my boys, they were all from like Nepal, but they lived in UK, so they spoke with the UK accent. They spoke like roadman and shit. So I got a lot of the terminology because I was just growing up and hanging out with them and this stuff. So like when you say like my guy, it doesn't mean like my guy. It means like kind of like that's dope.
Yeah, I got you.
Know what I mean? So no, I have spoken to him actually on DMs, but nothing like in detail.
Yeah,
it's like a quick word, what up, and he replied as
well. Because I heard you have lived in UK and shit. I just thought like maybe you know him as a person.
Not yet.
But maybe maybe one day you have a feature from him.
Yeah, he's hard, man. He's hard.
Have you done any drill music? When we did the vlog, there was like this one scene. You had like a play fight with Hussa, and after that, Hussa said something like Australian drill artist or shit like that as a joke, I think. Have you done any drill music?
I have a couple of tracks that I guess you can say are on the drill side, but the thing is with me is that I'm not a gangster.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie about being a gangster like a lot of people do nowadays. There's a lot of people lying about this shit. I'm staying true to myself in this music, and I want to make sure that every song I make is factual. But as I said, there have been some, situations and people I hung out with in the past that were involved heavily in I guess you could call the gang life. So obviously, spending time with them, you're gonna sometimes get involved in some whatever. So I have a couple of songs, but I don't know if I want to release them now. Maybe in the future.
Yeah. Well, what do you say in the songs? Like do you talk about like gang life or anything like that?
It's more so like I had as I said, a couple of friends that were involved in certain things, and because I spent a lot of time with them, we'd get into fights with people that they want to fight because of it, and if you're there, you can't get out of it. You just have to try and get by, and also they were selling things and just really living that life. And in Hong Kong, it's a weird place to do it, because if you get caught, you're done. They're strict. If you get caught, like, you're going away for at least like 10 years. Like, one of our friends who was in prison almost the whole time I was in Hong Kong, like 3 years. And it's funny, actually, we met him. Like, I wasn't so close with him, but he was like, I'd met him a few times before this thing, and he was like my friend's like best friend. And we went to visit him the day he came out of prison. And we went to this place we used to always go to drink beer, and he came us, and I remember I remember this guy, right? So when I spoke to him, like, he was so different. Like, he was not the same anymore. It's like this prison in Hong Kong fucked up his brain. And we heard that like they were making him like the prison guards, because he wasn't like Chinese, they don't like South Asian people in Hong Kong, and they're from Nepal, and because he wasn't Chinese and couldn't speak Chinese, like they would make him like eat his food like on his hands and knees, like off the floor like a dog. And they would beat him up, and like it was rough. So I reference a bunch of those things, and like just still with like the tense that like I don't want to do that stuff, and that's not me. And I'm not a gangster. I don't want to be living some rough lives. So, but yeah, I have some songs like that.
As a Finnish, it's so I don't know what is the English word to it, but sillä kauheata kuulla, like you know what I'm trying to say. Like people does that in the fucking prison, because Finnish like valtio, the country and shit is so like educated, and the all of them täällä hyviä. You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly, and that's facts. But in other places, it's not like that. Like in Thailand as well. If you go to prison in Thailand, like, but it's a more rough place. In Finland, like if you go to prison, they take care of you. The police, the guards don't beat you up, and stuff like that. So
and that's what I meant. That like prison.
It's good here.
Prison here, and everything. I mean, is good here. But like in places like Hong Kong and shit, I mean,
it's a different life.
Yeah, it's like 100% different.
Yeah.
I mean, sheesh. So tell me about your childhood.
Okay, so I was born in Melbourne, Australia, down at the bottom. Beautiful place. I love Melbourne. I was born there on June the 29th, and at that point, like I think we had a house, or I don't know if we owned one yet, but I'm not too sure. But it was fine. I was there with my sister and my dad and my mom, and we had a normal thing. I was playing cricket. So I played a lot of sports growing up. Yeah, I played a lot of sports. I played rugby, football, cricket. Because you could just play them through school, and you could just everyone plays sports in Australia. All your friends would play sports. On the weekends, would go and play kick football and stuff, and all that. So everything was fine. And as I got a bit older, I started getting into like skateboarding and scootering, which which was fun. I got pretty good at scootering, and I had a lot of friends. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, man, fuck scooters, but hey, come on. I did a bunch of things also. I rode a bit of BMX, quite a bit of skateboard, and then mainly scooters. And it was fun, because in Australia there's so many skate parks. Everybody was doing it, like skate parks everywhere you go. Skate park next to my house, and we were just there all day, every day.
Yeah, we had pretty good conversation last time we met in Lahti. I played you one song, and I said like, I know this like artist from Australia. I mean, you have to check him out. I mean, I don't know him personally. I know him through internet, and I played his song, and you were like, I think this sounds familiar, this voice, and who is this? I said his name, and his name is Lil Deezy and Jack Doubt, and that was the song was like their collaboration song, and you said like, I know the guy's personality.
Like I don't know the Deezy personally, but me and Jack have spoken a lot. I was like, me and Jack, when I was living in Hong Kong, we used to FaceTime like all the time, and he because I think I bumped into Jack one time when I was really young, and he wasn't doing YouTube. I wasn't doing YouTube. We were just scootering. I think he came to Melbourne or something, if I remember correctly. But then when I was living in Hong Kong, I had him on Facebook, and I didn't even know. I forgot about this guy completely, because you got to remember, like, I've lived in so many countries, I forget a lot of people. If I don't talk to them, you know, it's just like, it happens. But then I get a message from Jack Don. He's like, yo, I saw you doing YouTube climbing. This stuff's crazy. And I was like, oh, I remember you, Jack. And then I was like, what are you doing nowadays? And he said, like, oh, I'm doing YouTube. And I was like, really? What's your channel? And I go and check, and I'm like, this guy's got like 500,000 subscribers. He's getting like views with like millions and millions of views. I was like, I had no idea. I did not know he was making videos. It's crazy, but Jack's a cool guy, man.
And we talked about this earlier when we met, and I mean, the Jack Dot is like God, you know, in like a scootering scene. And I used to watch his like his vlogs and his videos all the time when he did those like daily vlogs. And I when I heard you was friends with him, I was like, in my head I was like, what the hell, like cause he was like a big idol to me.
For sure.
I mean, that's pretty fun. It's like Jack Dell was like a little Uzi Vert to me in like a scootering scene, you know. You know what I'm trying to say?
I have to send him this video.
So it's pretty fun thing, cause he don't do like vlogs anymore. No. He does like music and shit.
Bunch of other stuff. Yeah, I haven't spoken to him in a while,
but like 2015,
16,
that time he was like an idol to me. And he was like the man, like the fucking god. And shit. Tell me about like life in Australia. How's that like versus Finland? I mean, like Australia and like Hong Kong. Like tell me about the differences between the.
Well, Australia, there's a lot of beaches, right? So it's people grow up near the water. You know, like I didn't grow up near the water. You know, it's very expensive to live next to the beach. I'm sure anyone from Australia watching this will know. But like when I said that, I mean like, it doesn't matter where you grow up, but you travel to the beach and you take the train. You go to the beaches. It's a big culture there. You know, surfing and like playing cricket on the beach and stuff. So like I did a lot of that, and I like surfing a lot, and playing a lot of sports. As I said, rugby, football, cricket. I was very sporty as a kid. I played heaps of sports, and that's like what I did most weekends. But no, it's nice, and it's, you know, a warm place, and the winters aren't too cold, and there's like lots of nature and lots of animals and stuff like that. So it was a beautiful place, and you know, I miss it a lot. I haven't been back for such a long time. So
how about let's talk about Hong Kong next. Like
busy, man, stressful. It's a city that never sleeps. Really, never goes to sleep. Like
I heard.
You go out at any time of the night, and the shops are open. And like H&M is open till midnight, like 1 a.m. Imagine H&M is like, like it's you know, busy 24/7. People are working so hard because you know, in Hong Kong there's no like gala, you know. So if you have no money, you're fucked. So everyone is working as hard as they can to make sure that they survive or try and get rich. You know, so it's like a city where people will do whatever it takes to make money. So there's this energy. You know, it makes you want to work hard because you see people working hard. So Hong Kong's a great place, but it's stressful because, you know, every day there's noise and people, and you know, it's loud.
How about UK? You have lived there a lot.
UK is I have a lot of friends in UK. I went there a lot for one to visit Alex, who I spoke about earlier, and then also visiting some of my other friends there. A lot of my friends who are climbing buildings in London, like Ali Law, Ricky Brewer, Usama, a bunch of guys. That whole group, I used to go there, visit them, and would climb, and would take the train to Blackpool, Liverpool, Manchester, back down to London, to, you know, just going all around UK, Scotland, just climbing buildings and stuff like that. And UK is alright. I like UK, but it's pretty similar to Finland. It's just bigger Finland, in my opinion.
Okay.
But the culture there is different. You know, they're more loud. In Finland, people are quiet. You know, like at the bus stop, they stand far away from each other.
I got you.
But in UK, people are loud.
Yeah. Let's go back to music. And you dropped a new song. 1 week ago. Like, I think like 1 week ago.
About a week ago.
About a week ago. And you dropped the song 1 week ago, and the song name is Being Said. Let me know about the song making process.
So I made the song about 6 months ago, quite a while ago. I made it with Pablo Pablo Okas were in the studio, we had been there for like 3 days in his room just making music. And then I think it was the last song I made before I came back to Helsinki. And yeah, you just start making this beat and I was like, yo, this is fire. And it was actually like the first song I made on like this club tempo, like this 100 BPM, like, you know, clap, you know, it had a different tempo. It's like the trap stuff. It was a bit different. And I was like, well, this is interesting. But then like, I didn't want to make just a club song where you say like, you know, girls come up here, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want, you know, because like I want to have more content in my stuff most of the time. I do like to make turn up songs as well. But yeah, he just started playing this beat and I was like, I'm gonna spit some real shit on a club beat and we're gonna see how it goes. And then he made some kind of like more melodic adjustments to it and it just sounded great. And I wrote it in like 10 minutes, just came straight to my head, everything, the hook and stuff. And then yeah, we made the song. And it's a good song. I do like it.
Yeah, I think it's your best song now, so. Which is out now.
So I do want to like quickly touch up on those songs like X-Man and the Up and First Day and those ones. So basically, if I'm honest with you right now, nowadays I don't like those songs, and I really don't like those songs. And the reason for that is when I started, that was when I was first like in a studio, probably not first time, but it was the first like time in my life I was like often at the studio and now, you know, making music every day. And I didn't know what to talk about because I hadn't asked myself the important question, like, who am I as an artist? You know, I hadn't done all this like soul searching to find out who I am. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go on the mic and talk about X-Man, pull up, blah, 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 you know, suck my dick. Just complete bullshit lyrics, right? Like there was, you know, no substance to it. And it sounded good for a first song, it's not bad. And it got like, what, 300,000 views, the numbers were okay.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like to me like, wow, this is like what I want to talk about. So then I made a few other songs after that. Up, First Day. I didn't like First Day either. Up is actually still quite cool to me. But then yeah, you saw I didn't make any music for like release any music for a whole year. I just disappeared.
I think First Day you dropped it like a 1 year ago.
Yeah. And then I disappeared.
Yeah.
And
low key
disappeared and a lot of people then started messaging me months later like, oh, you're not working, you're lacking, you're quitting, blah 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 blah. But
and some of the people said like, are you dead now? And I watched your new vid today, which you dropped like 1 week ago or something like that. And there you say like, many people have asked me, am I dead?
A lot of people thought I was dead. I actually saw on Google, if you type in James Sight, what pops up is like, is James Sight dead? So people are Googling and asking if I'm dead. So like, I think it's because of the climbing stuff and they saw I didn't post for a long time. They're like, this guy's 100% dead or in jail. And I was like, no, I'm not dead. But yeah, I took 1 whole year off. And this past year, I've made over 100 songs and I've written over 300 songs for other people, which we can speak about later.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, I just spent a whole year finding myself as an artist and being in a studio with Daniel and Pablo and Hussa every day, just, you know, speaking about me and speaking about music and speaking about the culture and the environment and just really finding out like what do I want to talk about. And then I got to a point where it's like, if I want to make music that people can relate to, I have to be honest.
Yeah,
I have to be honest, and I don't want to have any lines where I'm lying or any lines that I'm leaving things out, and I just want to put my heart into it. So now all these songs that are coming this year, from Being Said and Now Next, are very different. It's like the new me.
So you are not like capping anymore and doing like stupid shit.
No, because like for example that X-Man song, I'll be honest right now, I said something like some shoot blah. I've never had a gun.
And
I've shot a gun, but I've never had a gun. I like a shooting range. But
got you.
But like, you know, I don't shoot people. I don't have guns and stuff. Like, so you know, those lines were stupid, but yeah, now it's just I'm just talking about my mind and the real things I've been through. Because I have been through hard shit, but just not, you know,
like gang away.
Yeah.
And I mean, like many artists goes like that phase when they start doing music. There is no like message to it and shit. But when they start making music and take it more serious, then
you start to be yourself.
Exactly.
So that's what I spent a whole year doing, and now I'm ready to come.
Next question is about like the music vid. I made that vid with
Niklas Ahorinta and Niklas Roms. Shout out, really talented guys, hardworking people. And this music video was an interesting one. So basically, the concept we came up with is that there was 3 main scenes. One where I'm at an apartment, one where I go to a car, and then I go to the rooftop.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if anybody has followed me since the climbing days, you know what that represented, and I wanted to show that part of my life. You know, how I used to climb and stuff like
Being
that.
said, and then you show like your past.
Yeah, what I've been talking about. Exactly. So it was a really cool concept, and the video turned out really awesome.
I fuck with it, yeah.
Thank you, man. It was a pretty hard one. So the building, I don't want to say too many details just so I don't get in any trouble, but the building wasn't easy to get into. So there was some like, you know, problems there, but we made it in the end, and it was cold. It was minus 20 degrees that night. And we were on the roof of this building in Gallasataman. It was windy, right? And it was cold. My hands were like, you know, I couldn't close my hands. And you can see in the music video, my mouth, I'm like, I can't open my mouth properly because my face was freezing. And after that day, I woke up and I was coughing. I got sick for like 3 days. I was like feeling really messed up. And then we went and shot the car scenes and the house scenes later. So the rooftop scenes we actually filmed first.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, the video turned out awesome and they did a really good job.
So Niklas also came to the rooftop, right?
Yep.
I see.
Yeah,
I mean, so that was like not that hard place. Like, cause he came there also.
Yeah. It was simple compared to the other things I've done.
Yeah.
It was
but I mean, like, I have seen your like pics from Instagram, and I have seen your vids. You have you have went to fucking real crazy like houses and
some of the tallest buildings in the world.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. So yeah, in Finland it's easy, you know.
Do you have any fun like memory from the music video shooting or from the studio session when you did the song?
Well, so we were on the Siltasaari, the bridge, where the car, where we parked the car. We were on the bridge, and some guy who was like high on something tried to like fight us. Imagine. So no, hear me out. And here's the thing. So obviously it's not my car. It's one of my friend's cars.
Yeah.
And he was like, you have to take care of the car because it's a very expensive car, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And we went and parked it there. And then some guy starts walking up, and he's walking up the bridge, and we're about to start filming. He starts putting up the finger to us, and I'm just like, he's walking towards us, and I'm looking out the window of the car like, what the fuck is going on? And he starts coming up to the car, and I was thinking he was gonna like hit the car or something. And then he was just saying some bullshit to Niklas, and then they were outside, and I was like, do I need to get outside? But then he ended up leaving. But ridiculous, yeah. That was really funny. Yeah, I think he was he was going to Korkeasaari Zoo at midnight.
For real?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but
I think you filmed the video at like February, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Korkeasaari is not even open at the time. What? Like,
yeah. I don't know what.
He was like high off some.
Yeah. Like, he was like yelling in the air. He was going crazy, but yeah.
He went there with his own mind.
Yeah. He saw the lions in his brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know like what that was. But yeah, apart from that, the video shoot went smooth.
Okay. Yeah. How about the studio session? Do you have like any fun memory from that studio?
Not really. Like we made the song. Obviously, we turned up. Me and Pablo were really excited because it was like the first really good song I'd made in a long time. Because that was when I was still growing. So yeah, we were super hyped. But apart from that, it was normal stuff.
Okay. Did you celebrate the song dropping? Tell me about the night when the song came out.
I just went live on Instagram and I was, FaceTiming Pablo, FaceTiming Hussa. I was supposed to go to Lahti, but I wasn't able to go, so I had to stay at home here. But yeah, I FaceTimed everybody and went live on Instagram and spoke to everybody messaging me and thanked them for the support. But yeah, just chill night.
So you did. So I mean, you didn't have like a big listening party or shit like that.
No. When I do an album, I think we'll do that.
Yeah, you have to do it.
And you're invited, man. We'll make a sick video for sure.
Let me know about your music creating history, like when that came up and how did you start making your own music?
Yeah, so basically, I grew up in a super musical household. I played cello, I played drums, I played guitar. Bunch of instruments, so I always had like a good sense for rhythm. I always loved music, and my family is very musical. But when I was living in Tampere, that's when I started like rapping. I'd rap over beats at home, by myself and that type of thing. And I was like, okay, I love this. And I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop, a lot of in the scooter world. We loved old school hip hop.
Yes, sir.
Lots of Biggie, lots of Nas, lots of Tupac. I grew up on that stuff heavy, and then I loved Eminem. Of course. So yeah, a bunch of the old school guys, I just listened to growing up. And then when I got to Hong Kong, when I was doing the rooftoping and stuff, no one knew about this, but me and my Nepali friends, Barrage and 2 other boys at the time, Asbury, a bunch of guys. We used to like rap. So I had this $20 USB mic, this Behringer C1U. It was this $20 USB connected microphone, right? And I would call the boys around to my house, and we'll drink beer, and we'll do all this, and then we plugged in the mic into my MacBook, and we had Audacity, the free, platform, and we made heaps of songs. I'm gonna try and find them one day, but we had like 10 songs, I think, made. Barrage would be rapping in Nepalese language. It sounded awesome, and I was rapping in English, and I sounded way more Australian back then. So like my Australian accent was strong, and we were rapping all the time. And every single weekend we would go to this place in Hong Kong called Elements, and it was near this mall where the tallest building in Hong Kong is. And like under the tallest building, we're on the ground, you can see it's where the big hotel is. It's like 120 floors, right? We'd sit there and we'll buy a box of beer, and we'll get super drunk. And we always brought this shitty Bluetooth speaker from some market in China, some shitty like €5 speaker, and we'll play beats all night and we'll freestyle. All night, we would go like hours just freestyling. So I started getting super passionate about music. And then while I was in Hong Kong, big shout out to Young Hyson. I met this artist in Hong Kong called Young Hyson. Super tight guy. He makes music in English. He's signed to Warner in Hong Kong. And Hyson had a studio, and I started talking to Hyson. And he invited me to his studio, and I'd never been in a studio before, ever. I only had been in the USB mic and the Audacity, right? So I went to his house, and he had like the big KRK speakers, and he had like a TLM 103 mic and massive screen, and his engineer was there, a guy called Gabriel. And I was like sitting there and I was watching like, well, these guys are just making songs all day, every day. And I made a song with Hyson that we never released. I'm actually making a song with him right now that we're gonna drop soon, and it's a super hard track. But
I had to check him, like his music.
You guys all have to. He's hard. But so I started rapping in Hong Kong heaps, and people didn't know that. Some people here in Finland think I was doing YouTube my whole life, came to Finland, and then tried to make music. But I was actually making music the whole time, just no one knew about it.
I mean, like people from the outside who don't know you and like don't know you as a person and have not talked to you. I mean, people thinks
they assume whatever.
Like and I mean, like before I know you, I was like, he's a fucking kid who like eats candies to YouTube, and then he starts to do like YouTube rapping, But when I heard your story, when we met first time, I think that was like 2018. I don't know. Do you want that? I mean, like, is it okay?
You can tell the story.
I was with Mauton, which is one of the biggest YouTubers in Finland, and I was with him at his house. We had like few drinks, and we went to play fucking billiard, eight ball, and then you pulled up there, and you had fucking Koskenkorva, and Koskenkorva is this like a booze, like Finnish like
some real shit.
And then you pulled up with the fucking Koskenkorva. You were like drunk as shit, like and I was like, shit, I mean, that's not the guy from YouTube who was eating like candies all the time. I mean, I was like, what the, like, you for real drinking that? And you was like, for real, like drunk, because I was
just chugging that shit.
Sorry?
I was just chugging it. I was
You was like drinking the fucking Koskenkorva like this. And your face did not go like and
back in the days, man. I passed out in his bathroom, didn't I?
For real?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You remember that? Or did you leave? But I think I fell asleep in his bathroom.
I'm not sure. But,
something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, like, then I saw you are not the kid like who is like eating candies and shit. And then I heard your story and shit. I was like, shit, that's my guy. Because I thought like you was like a little kid. But what we were talking about earlier, your music. Like how and when that.
But then it goes, I came to Finland. And then obviously I started doing all those stupid videos. And the reason for that was, I was hanging out with Jesse. I had spoken to him when I was in Hong Kong. I found his Instagram, and we had a call in Hong Kong, and he was like, when you come to Finland, we'll make these videos, we'll do this. And I was like, for sure, let's do it. And then I got there, we started making the videos, and I went viral straight away. You saw I was growing fast.
Yes, he did like Australian kid tries out Finnish stuff.
And exactly.
And they went viral.
Yeah, and the reason we did that, like, I'll be honest, right now, I'm going to tell you, first time I've said it anywhere, is that I did those videos for the money. And I'll be honest with you, I did them for the money. The first few I did were fun because I'm in Finland, new place. But then I started to get bored. You know, I was trying to finish alcohol, and it's like I've done this 100 times. You know, and I started getting bored, and I was like, but the thing is, I had rent to pay. I've got bills to pay. I've got things I need to do, and I'm trying to invest in my actual career. So I had to make money, right? So also, I'm an Australian guy who doesn't speak Finnish, living in Finland with no school.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get work, you know?
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing these videos, make the money, and all the kids will have fun and watch them. But then eventually it got to a point where it's like, I can't keep lying to myself. Because every day I'm waking up, making videos I hate making, putting them online and getting paid, but I was not happy.
I got you, yeah.
So then I was like, I'm going to quit YouTube, lose all my money, and do this music. Because I've been saying for years to myself, you need to make music. Everyone was telling me around me, like, bro, you need to go and make your music. That's what you want to do. But I was too scared to do it, you know, because I had YouTube, I had a career. But then I just said, like, I'm going to cut this and go and do the music. So that's what happened. That's the story.
Yeah.
But it was years in the making.
So these like candy eating videos and shit was like well, I mean, have they like affect, I don't know is the real word to it, affected, like
affect
affect your career like
definitely.
like in negative way, like
negative
like people who have watched your like YouTube videos and they think like you are like little kid.
Exactly. No, 100% it has, and I know it's affected super negatively. But the problem with that is that these people, right? It's the older people. The young kids don't care because the young kids enjoy it, but it's the older people, 18, 19, my age people, older than us, 22, 23. When they watch those, they don't think that I'm a real person with a story. They think that I'm this character who has a perfect life, making silly videos because I'm immature. But they don't understand that this was my job. These were ideas I was doing. This was how I was paying my bills. And behind the camera, there is a whole world around me. And a whole type of shit I've been through, whole type of shit I've done. They didn't think about that for a second. Which, in my opinion, if I can be honest, and I'll tell it to somebody's face if they ask me this in person, I think they're really stupid people. Because they're old enough to understand that everybody has a story. But then for me, when they look at me, they're like, nah, fuck this guy. So it didn't make any sense to me, but at the end of the day, I understand why people thought like that. But I think people need to spend a bit more time looking into somebody before they start judging. You know, because if you judge someone off the internet, you're an idiot. There's no way to do that. You know.
Have you tried like clear your image of like in like social media? Like do you have like anything in your mind like it's a way? I mean, like ways you trying to like clear your image from that candy eating kid, you know? Yeah. To like a real rapper, you know?
Well, it's like more so it's just be myself. That's it. And I told everybody around me, it's like when I'm on a camera, now I'm just going to be myself. You know, because you can even see now in my videos I always had energy. What up, guys? Welcome back. But here I'm lying on my fucking couch and just talking to you like a person. So it's like I'm not trying to make some master plan how people can see me the right way, because at the end of the day I do not give a fuck what anyone thinks about me at all. I could not care less, because I know that I have what it takes to do everything I want to do. I know it in my heart. So 100,000 people could tell me today that I suck, but I'm still going to do what I want to do, right? So the only thing I'm doing is just now when I'm on camera, I be myself. I do what I want to do and I say what I want to say. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's no plan. I'm just going to be myself now and not do anything I don't want to do. And if anybody here knows a lot about YouTube, is that mainly it's young kids watching YouTube, right? So I made a character that the young kids would like. You know? I created a character. When I made swear words, I would cut it out. But I have a horrible mouth. I say shit all the time. I'm from Australia, you know? Us Australian people, we fucked up. Like, we grow up swearing. The teachers swear in Australia. At school, the teachers will say like, fuck you.
In Finnish, if you are a teacher and you saying to your fucking student and you say like fuck you or anything like that, and I mean you're finna get fired or something.
Yeah, for sure. But like, I created a character that the young kids would like because I knew that's where the money was at. And to anybody watching who feels like they were manipulated, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I still gave fun content for free. So I don't feel bad about it at all. I had to do what I had to do, and I'm not gonna name any names at all. And this isn't in Finland. This is like globally. Most of the YouTubers that you kids watch are doing it for the money, and that's a fact. There's no two ways around that. Maybe you're not, maybe some not, and that's okay. I don't think you are, because you make videos that are within a culture that you're passionate about. You enjoy this.
Yeah.
But do you think those daily vloggers in LA enjoy what they're doing that much? I promise you that most of them are just doing this for the money because they're getting rich. You know?
I mean, they have fucking 10 million like subscribers. They have like,
and they make like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, to these kids, like, it's not just me.
Yeah. They're getting like big brand deals.
Yeah.
And they get like a lot of money from like YouTube ad revenue. I mean, like they're doing like this daily vlogs.
Yeah.
And I mean, like 30 videos a month, and every of the videos get like 1 million like views. And I mean, like,
and I'm telling you right now,
1 million views 30 times a month. I mean, that's a big money.
Look, I can make this super simple. Is that if they do daily vlog every day, get 1 million views, they make roughly from ad revenue 30 to 40,000 euros a month. And then if they have a brand deal every 3 videos, they're making at least 80 to 100,000 dollars a month, without a doubt. So ask yourself, do you think they're doing it for the money or not? That's that's a fact I want to say. So we don't have to speak on it so much, but it's simply, I did those YouTube videos for the money, but the rooftoping, I never did it for the money, because I love that stuff. Ever. I never thought about the money. I just made money, but I just wanted to climb, and I was crazy.
Let's talk about it a little more. How and when you started doing that rooftop shit? Because I mean, like, that's pretty crazy thing, you know, like you went crazy on it. You went like all the big towers and shit. Like, how and why and when that started?
Okay, so that started the day I moved to Hong Kong. Maybe 1 or 2 days after I moved to Hong Kong, I climbed my first building. And I found some guy on Instagram who had been living in Hong Kong, and he was climbing, and I said, let me come with you. And he was like, okay, sure. I never met this guy, and we met up and we said what up, and I went and climbed this one hotel. It was called the Best Western Hotel in Hong Kong, in an area called Causeway Bay. And I went up there, and I was like looking over the edge, and it's like 30 stories down. I just see, like, I'm looking at, like, if I fall here, I'm fucking dead. You know, I'm seeing where I'm gonna land. But there was this feeling I can't explain, and I just wanted to go into the edge. So I, put my feet over, and I just kind of like pushed myself and just hung. And there was this weird feeling I had for the first time in my life. I felt peaceful. And a lot of people won't understand this, but I have had, before that, my life was so stressful. Just stress all day, every day. And when I got on this roof, I was high above the city. It was quiet, it's just wind. In a loud city, and I looked up there, and for the first time in my life, I felt like in my mind was just clear. I felt good.
So you got like adrenaline or what?
Yeah, and I think it was the adrenaline too. And then from that day, it was done. And I started doing this stuff every day, and I wanted to go harder, higher, crazier. So I started climbing up these cranes, and I started climbing up the spires on top of buildings, the antennas, and I started hanging off them, and I started jumping from one building to another, hopping over, and I tried to push it as much as because the feeling is, it's like a drug. If you smoke weed every day, just 1 gram. You smoke 1 gram of weed every day, eventually you don't get high anymore. You need to smoke 2 grams. But it was the same with this climbing stuff. I needed to keep doing more. So then I just started traveling. I went to Shanghai, I went to Tokyo, I went to Thailand, I went to a bunch of places just climbing, because I couldn't get enough. And it was like one of the best times of my life, for sure.
What is the craziest place you have climbed into?
Okay, let's start with this. There's so many. But I met up with these 3 base jumpers from Australia. You know, the guys who jump off buildings with parachutes.
Yeah.
And Lachlan Gilbert, Wes Burrows, and BJ Johnson, Benjamin. And these guys are fucking crazy. They're like 30, 35. And they're just like absolute psycho guys. They're like me.
And you was like 15, 10?
About 17.
17, yeah.
And I met them, and they came to Hong Kong, and they messaged me. They're like, yeah, you're an Australian guy climbing buildings. We're going to come to Hong Kong. Let's go up buildings, and we're going to jump off them. And you can film us. And I was like, let's go. This is going to be crazy. So I met up with them the first day in Hong Kong, and I met them at the train station. Just some Aussie guys like from Australia. Like they felt like my family. You know, instantly like connected. And we went up this one like 40-story building, and I was like, they're not going to do this. And they open their backpack and they have a parachute, and they put the parachute on. BJ goes onto the edge of this building, and I'm just filming there. And he goes 3, 2, 1, see ya. And he jumps off the building and does a backflip. And I'm just watching him fly down. And he opens the parachute and it's like an explosion. It's loud when a parachute opens. It's really loud.
Yeah.
And I just see them flying through the city like fucking something like from Batman. Right? And that was crazy. And then basically with these guys, we went to mainland China, a city called Shenzhen, up this 400-meter construction site. It's like...
Yeah, it's tall.
Really tall. It's like up in the clouds. And construction site mainland China, we went there at like 1 a.m. We climbed up the building in the stairs and like 6 a.m. we get to the top. The sun is coming up and we climb up the construction crane all the way to the top of the crane on the edge of the building like this. And then they jumped off the crane. This was like something from Mission Impossible. Like it was like some Tom Cruise shit like in real life. And they did backflips and this and that. And yeah, that was a real crazy story. I'm trying to think, like we have so many crazy ones. Let me take a minute. I think I have something way.
When you told that story, I was like imagining in my head like this situation. I mean, like, gee, that's so crazy. I mean, even though I haven't been there, but I can imagine that like the view and like the jump. I mean, like, shit, that's some crazy.
Yeah, it
shit.
was like a movie.
Yeah.
Another one was interesting. Is would you like a criminal story? Something from my criminal history. Alright, so basically there was a construction site in Hong Kong called New World Center, and it was like the new building they were building, really tall. I climbed it like 3 times successfully. But on the last time I went to go there with this one guy who I can't name, but me and him, we went into the construction site and we climbed it and we left and everything was fine. Okay, listen to this. So about 1 week later, I'm with a group of my friends and a couple of girls, and we used to go up and hang out on these rooftops. Like when we weren't filming, like we would hang out there. You know?
Yeah, gotcha.
And we were with a bunch of girls, a bunch of my friends, and we went up this super tall building at night with a beautiful view of the harbor, like 80 floors, just see the whole city. It's pitch black, but like the lights and stuff. Yeah. And we were smoking weed, and I'm not gonna lie about anything, like we were super high, right? We were just smoking. And I get a text on my phone, and I was just chilling, and I'm like, I take my phone, and it's a number on WhatsApp, and I don't know the number, no profile picture. And he says, is this, beep, my full name, is this you? My name is like something like CID Wong, and I'm from the Hong Kong police, blah, 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 blah. And we need to talk to you about something on this night. And I was like thinking, like I was super high, and I was like, my friend is pranking me. I think it's a prank. I thought it was a prank. I was 100% certain this shit was a prank, right? I was like, my friend is fucking with me, and I think I replied something like, some stupid like, go fuck yourself or something to the, so I forgot about it, right? And I was like, that was some bullshit. And then I woke up to like really, like my phone ringing, like on the next morning on the Sunday. And then I opened it, and it was like, same thing, is this you? And then he's like, we're police. And I was like, starting to believe him more. It sounded like they were in an office and this and that. And they said, basically, you're like, we know you, like, how would you say it? I can't remember exactly how they said it, but something like, you're wanted for suspicion of burglary, suspicion of criminal trespass, and suspicion of, what's the word? I've actually got the police documents, I kept them from my interview, but we can talk about that later. But, and then suspicion of criminal damage, right? And the thing is, this is Hong Kong. So if I got charged for all of those, I'd go to jail for like 2 years, 3 years in Hong Kong jail. Me, I'm done. Right? So they said, basically, if you don't come to TST police station at 3 p.m. today, we will come to your house and arrest you. They like trapped me, right? And they wanted to know who my friend was. And my friend was involved in some other things at the time I can't talk about. And I called my friend after I hung up the phone and said, okay, I'll come. I called my friend, I'm like, yo, the police want to talk to us. And he was like, if you tell them my name, like I'll fucking kill you. I couldn't snitch. Now, of course I wouldn't snitch. I was,
Yeah.
So either way, I go to the police station. I'm with my Nepalese boys, and they take me to the police station, and they wait out the front, and I go inside. And while I'm walking up to the police station, the CID who was investigating me, he comes out the police station. So yeah, basically, when I get to the police station, the CID, which is the Criminal Investigative Department, undercover police. He had like t-shirt, jeans, like not normal color.
Yeah.
He comes out the police station while I'm walking in. And I was trying to be nice, because I don't want to get in trouble. And I go to shake his hand, and he didn't shake my hand. He just looked at me and he said, come inside. And I was like, fuck, man. I thought when I get inside, they're going to arrest me and beat me up. Like, this is Hong Kong police. Like, they're dodgy. So I go inside, and he takes me up to like the 3rd floor into an interview room, and he sits me there. And he says, wait here. And then, like, they disappear, and I'm just there for like 10 minutes by myself, just sitting there, like, on my phone, just like whatever. And then he comes inside, and he brings a translator. Because he speaks Chinese, and the translator is going to translate the interview to English. And it's like from a movie. Like they sat with me and they had a recorder and they put it on, and they said, "Now we're gonna ask you some questions." And I was like, "Okay, what do you have?" And I thought like I'm really like cocky person, so I thought this is gonna be easy. I'm just gonna tell them like, shut up, and then I'm gonna leave. But then, do you know what they did? They said, "You're under investigation for criminal trespass, criminal damage, and suspicion of burglary," which they said they're trying to say like I was stealing shit, which would be really bad. And I was like, what the fuck? Like my brain was just like, because I already knew that. And then they said, "You uploaded a video to the illsight channel on," you know, they had a screenshot of my video. And they had the date, and I was like, "How do you know that's me?" My face wasn't in the video. I asked them, "How do you know it's me?" And then do you know what they handed me? They had a printout of my internet history. You know, like when you're on Google and there's a history.
Yeah, got you.
They had my fucking internet history. Every website I'd been on in the past 2 months, they had in paper.
But how?
I don't know. I don't know if that's even legal. In Finland, it's probably not. But
in Finland, that is not legal.
Yeah, so
I know that 100%.
Yeah. So they'd been like spying on me, and they had all my information. They knew who my dad's girlfriend was. They knew like all this shit about me. They asked me about my mom. They asked me about school, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like they were treating me like I'm some like El Chapo. So then basically they started asking me all these questions, and they said, "Did you upload this video?" I said, "No comment." They said, "You know, is this you on your channel?" I said, "No comment." I stopped answering questions, but then they asked me, "Who is this person in the video?" And I was like, fuck, and they're like, "You need to tell us." And of course, this was my first like police interview, so I didn't really know what to do. But what I told them was, I said, "This is some random guy who I met in front of the building. I don't know who he is. I only have his phone number." And then they said, "Give us the phone number." So I gave them a fake phone number. I just said, 9076382417, and they wrote it down. And I was like, okay, I hope they don't call. And they didn't call, and I was like, okay. We continued the interview, blah, blah, blah. And then I got to a point where the CID left, and I was just there with the translator. And the translator guy was nice. But guess what he did when the CID left? The recorder was still on, and he said, this is the weirdest part of the interview. He said, "Do you sell drugs?" I said, "What?" He said, "Do you sell drugs?" I said, "No." And he said, "Does any of your..." Because, as I said, I was hanging out with guys in Hong Kong who did other things. Yeah. And then he said to me, "Do any of your friends sell drugs?" I said, "No." So I think the interviewer left. They kept the recorder on. They were trying to catch me for something my friends were doing as well. Like this was really sketchy, the whole thing. And I said, "No." And then I started getting kind of pissed off. And then the CID came back, and I stood up and I said, "Am I under arrest?" And they were like, "No." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna fucking leave." Took my shit and just walked out myself. And then after that, there was no problems. Weird, right?
I mean, yeah, that sounds pretty weird because in Finland there's straight different cases. If you go to police, they cannot like
do that type of shit.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, they knew everything about me, and it was creepy. It was fucking creepy. I don't know. I still don't know. I've got no idea. Like, and then after that, a few times I was a few weeks after that, I was drinking beer with my Nepalese friends near that Elements, and I was with like my gang, right? And we were drinking, and police came up to us at nighttime randomly out of nowhere. They just walked around. 2 cops came, and they said like, "Everyone, show me your passport." They start showing all of our IDs and stuff, and they look at it and they said, "What are you doing?" And we said, "We're just chilling." And they said, like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then they left. And then there was one time I was near my home and I was going to McDonald's at like 2 in the morning, walking by myself, and I used to have black hoodie, gold chain, blah blah blah. And instantly cops came up to me out of nowhere, undercover police, and they stopped me and they said, "Show me your ID." And in Hong Kong, it's different to Finland. In Hong Kong, you have to show them your ID or they arrest you. So you have to show, if they ask for it, you have to. Otherwise, they take you to the station. So then I showed them my ID, and you know what they did? They started like slapping me on the head and saying like this term called guailo, which means white boy. In Chinese, they were like, guailo, slapping me on the head, and they pushed me against a wall, and they took their hands and put it in my pockets. You know, searching me. They didn't ask, and they were in my pockets like, "What do you have? What do you have?" And I said, "I've got nothing." And then they said, "Oh, get the fuck out of here." So I mean, it was really weird.
If they do that in Finland, I mean, like,
you can sue them.
Yeah. So, I mean, they get fired or something.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was a weird time, and the police knew who I were for some weird reason. And then one time, really quick story, we tried to climb a bank, a really big bank building, which is a bad idea, and we got caught. And I was like trying to lockpick the doors, which is fucking illegal, and I hid them in my shoe, and the police came, and the police said like, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Oh, we're just, looking around." I was lying to the police. I said, "Oh, we're just looking around. We're not trying to climb anything. We're just looking around." And the cop said to me, he hadn't checked my ID yet, and he said, "I know what you do, James," with my first name.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
now, I've got a video where I talk about that, and there were 2 guys there with me who remember it vividly. So yeah, it was crazy times. Like the police were just going fucking mental.
Did you have any other like police cases with like when you were like climbing roofs and shit?
Yeah, quite a few. I've been caught by police maybe like 20 or 30 times. And when I tried to renew my Hong Kong visa, they didn't let me, and they looked at my criminal record. I had like even if in Hong Kong, even if you don't get charged, there's still like a record of when the police have caught you doing something. And it was like 3 pages long. They caught me doing this, they caught me doing that, they caught me doing this, and they didn't even let me renew my visa. So I basically got kicked out of Hong Kong. Like they said you have 3 months and then you have to leave. So then after that I went to Thailand. I went straight to Thailand and stayed there for like 6 months with like the guys who were doing some business on Facebook and stuff like that, and we were just clubbing and having fun. And then when I came back to Hong Kong, I had my ID card, my Hong Kong ID card if you're a resident, and I put it in the scanner and it beeped red. So they had cancelled my ID card, and I went at the airport. I went into the thing and it beeped red, and then some immigration police came and they took me, and they took me to this room and they read me like rights, and they said like you have to pay a fine, you're entering Hong Kong illegally, you're like a visitor, you're not a resident. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I live here. And they're like, you don't live here anymore, you need to go. So then I came to Finland after that, but then like 2 weeks after that I got the email from puolustusvoimat that I have to come to Finland and go to Inti. So I was like, alright, I'm going to Finland. And that's how I left Hong Kong. And one time as well at Hong Kong airport, I was getting off a flight from, I think it was from Thailand. I was getting off a flight, and you know when you get off the plane, you walk through that walkway to get into the airport. Walkway connects to the plane. I was walking through there, and I'm getting to the end of the walkway where the airport is, and there's like 5 cops standing there, and they're looking at everybody from the plane walking past, and they're not. I just thought they're standing there, nothing big. And I start walking there, and then they point at me and they start walking towards me, and the police say, come with us. They look at my passport and they say it's me, and they say, come with us. And they took me to this room, and they started like taking like swabs of my bags for drugs. And they brought a dog, and the dog was smelling me, the dog was smelling my bag. They opened my bag and they put it through a scanner, checking if I had drugs. And then they said, oh, you can go. So it's almost like the Hong Kong police thought I was like a fucking drug dealer. So many times they checked me for drugs, even at the airport.
I mean, you were like climbing roofs, rooftops and shit, and then you get checked for like a fucking heroin or something.
Literally, it's weird, but I thought it was maybe because of the people I was hanging out with or something. I don't know, but good times.
But did you went to the army?
Yeah, I did.
For real?
I was there for like 2 or 3 months, but I got this problem with my feet basically. I don't know if you can see it, but like my foot is completely flat, like there's no arch. So I was having these really bad pains when we were marching and doing all stuff. And then I went to the doctor and they were like, yeah, you have to go. So
you got like
e-papers actually. They gave me e-papers. No, that's fine. I'll come back next year, because they said if you go take surgery, to the hospital, fix your feet, come back in next January. And I was like, that's okay. I'll come back next January. But then 2 months later, I had an email, like a letter, come to my house from the puolustusvoimat, and they said, you're now C-papers. I didn't even ask for it. But I think maybe because I didn't speak Finnish or some shit, they were just like, I don't know. But yeah, it was a fun experience.
So where you were in
Santahamina.
Okay. Yeah. So what type of like job?
What was it? Gartenjägari.
Okay.
And I was in the jääkäri-company.
Yeah, I got you. I know. When was that? Like 2014, 15, 17?
No, 2019.
For real?
Yeah, January.
So that was not like the first thing you did when you came to Finland?
No. I was there for a little bit,
Yeah,
just chilling with mum and stuff.
Gotcha. So did you fuck with Inti, right?
Yeah, it was alright. It was an interesting experience. It was cold, it was dark, but like my tupa mates were super cool, and they knew who I was. So like we,
for real?
Yeah, because the videos and stuff, I made friends there straight away, and some of my friends were also at Santahamina, so hang out with them and stuff. Yeah.
I had like same type of like situation with my Inti. I mean, like not from my tupa, but from the like next door.
Yeah.
There was like people who knew my YouTube shit.
Yeah.
And I was like in the luokka, the classroom. I was there like editing videos like one night there, and then they come to the fucking class, and I was like, what the fuck you doing there? Okay. And then was like, yo, what's popping? I was like, yeah, what's popping? And then they came to talk to me, and I watched your videos. I fuck with rap music too, and then we became like friends, like best Inti friends, And it was fun.
Yeah, that's dope.
And I mean like I fuck with Inti. I mean we talked about it earlier, but I fuck with Inti.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I like it, but I mean like if you don't have to go there like like what is the word in English, like pakkoneessa, like you know what I'm trying to say?
Kind of.
Yeah, and I would not go there.
Yeah.
But I mean, because that's like our
responsibility. Yeah.
And that's the reason I went there, and yeah, I kind of liked it. But yeah, let's go to the next story. Tell me about. I mean, you have done a video about this to your YouTube channel, but can you tell me like in like 1 or 2 minutes, like what's the case with like Bruce Lee's mansion or shit like that?
Oh shit, yeah. So basically,
I mean that's like your biggest YouTube video, yeah.
Like
for like
5 million views, something like that.
I mean that's pretty like crazy numbers.
It's quite a lot, yeah. Basically, I was living in Hong Kong. This was when I was in Hong Kong, and I was on Skype one night with Alex from UK, and Alex is into these like abandoned places, you know, like checking out abandoned places, and we were looking on Google Maps, like which abandoned places could I go to and film a video? Is there anything interesting? And then he was like, oh shit, there's a Bruce Lee mansion. And I was like, yeah, I heard about it. Basically, when Bruce Lee was alive, his whole family lived in this house in Hong Kong in an area called Kowloon. And it was a mansion that some people say is haunted. I don't know. And it was like, it had been left there to decay. Basically, after he died, some guy bought it, turned it into like a prostitute house, where you go there to like fuck girls, you know?
I got you.
Yeah, and then after that, that guy like left Hong Kong, and then the place just sat there for like 10 years, 15 years. No one went there. So I called out one of my boys one day, one of my friends, Emil, one of the police guy, and then I said like, yo, do you want to come with me? I'm gonna go and film a video. I thought it would get like 20,000 views, and for me that's still a lot at the time. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And we went there, and we filmed it, and it was really interesting, creepy place, dark and cold inside, weird. And then I dropped the video, and like in the first month, it only had like 7,000 views. And I was like, okay, it's alright. But then like 2 or 3 months later, it went like 100K, 300K, 500K, million, like really quick. And then 2 million, 3 million, I was like, I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, it was a interesting place.
Did that like fuck up your mind, like, because you get like that many like views to the feed, did that like went to your head like nah, I'm a big boss now, you know?
Not actually at all.
Right.
No, everything felt the same, and I just kept climbing more buildings and hanging out with the same people. Like nothing I've done has really, like, none of the YouTube stuff or like the business stuff I did ever changed me. What's changed me is like moving countries a lot, meeting new people, and being in different situations. That's what's changed me a lot. I'm a very different person than what I used to be. But like the videos and that type of stuff, no. I mean
numbers
on a screen.
You know, mean
anything. And to me, like the best part of moving countries has been learning about culture and learning about different people from different places, and being able to, you know, I've got friends from every single country. I've got friends from Japan, I've got friends from China, I've got friends from Africa, I've got friends from UK. I've got, you know, just to hang out with these people and see what their life is like at home and the type of person they are has been a huge blessing, and that's helped me with my music and with everything. You know, just to learn about culture. Got you. That's a big blessing, and if anybody is able to travel, you should. If you have the money, if you're able to travel, I recommend traveling instead of buying clothes. Because traveling, it teaches you a lot of lessons. Traveling opens your mind. You know? Yes,
sir. Do you have like any other hobbies in your life, like what you have done in the past or what you're doing now, besides of like scooter riding, YouTube, music, rooftop climbing and shit? Do you have like any other? Have you played like I don't know, like
I play video games, man.
I think you said like earlier in the video, like you played like all the time, like CS:GO.
Yeah. Like that's the funny thing is, some people might not expect it, but like I'm super into gaming. I love gaming. Like for me, it's like when I've been in the studio for like a week straight, or when I've been outside hustling and doing all of this, I love to come home and just play games because it's relaxing. It's like
so you're doing it like in these days.
Yeah. Every now and then, not as much because I'm busy now. But still, like I like to game. When I was younger, I used to play heaps of games, man. All the time playing.
Same.
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, all this stuff.
Black Ops.
Man.
GTA. What is the other games I played? Skate 3.
Skate 3, man. I loved Skate 3.
That was the craziest game.
Oh my god, man.
I mean, I have played, I think, GTA the most, like San Andreas and the 5 and Vice City, but
that shit was hard, man.
GTA is like the biggest influence to me in like I think like rap wise too. I mean, like you know the Radio Los Santos, right? I mean, like every song
good tunes on that, man.
I mean, like every song that was playing there, I mean every I downloaded to my fucking Nokia phone.
Me too. I remember this one song, this Kendrick Lamar and J Rock, Hood Gon Lover.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like, man, this went straight into I had this BlackBerry phone. Yeah. Like, you know the BlackBerry that you slide out.
Yeah, I mean,
I had a shitty MP3 player on it, and I connect mine.
I mean, like in Finland, they're not that popular, but was there like
in Australia, we had BlackBerries. Everyone had BlackBerries.
I mean, in Finland we had this Nokia.
Of course, from Finland.
And I think like some dudes had Samsung at the time at like when we go back like 10 years ago, but I mean like Nokia was the biggest thing at the time. Yeah. But these days Nokia is not going pretty well. I mean like everybody has like iPhones and like Androids these days. But I mean Nokia was like the popping at the time. Next question. What is like your biggest inspiration in music? Like let's go like two different things, like artists and like things in like your normal life. Let's talk about artists first.
Okay, so I've got a bunch of favorite artists and inspiration. It's a very hard question if you ask me, because I listen to such a range of music. Yeah. I listen to pop, I listen to rock, I listen to rap, I listen to all sorts of classical music even. Musical inspirations, if I had to give 5 names, if you can let me give 5, I'd say Nas. Yeah. I'd say Tupac. I'd say Biggie. I'd say Eminem. And I'll say, this is gonna sound really weird to some people, but I don't know if you know him, Hans Zimmer. He's a composer who's done soundtracks for many movies. Inception, Batman, Interstellar. He's like a classical composer. And I think his music is incredible. It's classical music in a sense. There's no words, but they tell stories. And I love that type of music.
Like through voices and sounds.
Sounds. So I love Hans Zimmer. But if we go on to Nas, for me it was the Illmatic album. Back in the days when I was scooter around skateboarding, we were all bumping that.
Nas is like and
gotcha. Oh my god, those were the days. And with Eminem, it's everything he's put out almost. I couldn't even name, but let me think.
You said Biggie?
Yeah, Biggie. See, the thing is, I never got into like the album so much of Biggie and Tupac, I can be fully honest, but there were a lot of singles that I did like from them. And with Tupac, I think my favorite song by him was Ghetto Gospel. Yeah. That was a hard track. Yes. I actually probably made a scooter video one day with that song on it.
Really?
Yeah, man, I was bumping a lot of that, and I can't remember anything right now. But I don't know. You get the point. But just a bunch of singles here and there from each artist, but their sound and their rhythm and their flow had a huge inspiration on me. And I think if you're an artist nowadays, you have to pay homage to these people.
For real,
because these people built the foundation of what we use today. Yeah. So you have to respect it.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And then
I mean, it's pretty fun to hear like all these like boom bap or like these older dudes. I mean, like, because your sound nowadays is not like a boom bap. Or
exactly,
like,
of course not.
Like a older rap music.
It's not. No, definitely. But I love that music. And then if I say a couple more names now, so that was the old school stuff, And now if we bring it to like more modern day artists, from ages probably 11 to 17, I grew up a lot on Hobson.
Oh, really?
I love Hobson, and I know there's a big divide online about Hobson. A lot of people don't like him, a lot of people this. I thought Hobson was brilliant. He would say what people didn't want to say. He made songs that had a serious meaning, and he always put his heart into it. So I loved a lot of Hobson. Kendrick Lamar, I would put him still in like the legend section. Let's not make too many sections, because a lot of people I'll say that still are legends. Kendrick Lamar, Drake obviously. Yeah. And then if we talk really new school, Central City.
We talk about him earlier in the video.
And Central C, he's cold. Like, he's been around for a long time, but only now he's finding his success and his sound.
Yeah, he dropped a new album.
Wild Wild West.
And there was the song 646 and Commitment Issues.
Commitment Issues. Bunch of really, really good songs, and I think he's a very talented guy. Very different.
I got into like a drill music in like this past year. I mean, I fucked with Pop Smoke before he died.
Respect. Shout out Pop Smoke.
Shout out Pop Smoke and rest in peace. But I fucked with him heavy. But like this past year, like from last summer or shit like that, I started to fuck with like UK drill, like a UK sounding. They have this accent and shit, like Abracadabra, Central C. Who is the other? OFB, the gang.
Those guys,
who others? Where I have to think. Dika D. Who others?
Unknown T.
Yeah, Unknown
Shout
T.
out
Yeah,
T.
I know. Yeah, a few songs from him too.
Sure.
But I mean, like Abracadabra is like the biggest one to me. I mean, I have like 20 songs of him, him on my playlist. But yeah, I fuck with UK drill heavy. I mean like you have these UK connections and shit. Do you fuck with like UK grime or UK?
Yeah, I listened to a bit of like,
music?
I listened to a bit of like the Bashment and grime back in the days, like JME. You know who that is? Do you know Skepta?
I know that. I know the name, but I don't know anything.
But do you know who Skepta is?
Yeah.
JME is Skepta's brother.
Yeah, okay.
So they're blood brothers, and JME made a lot of more like grime back in the days. Man Don't Care About All That. I can't remember the names of these songs, but they were brilliant. I listened to a lot of the grime back then. Skepta was doing that sound as well. Gigs.
Yeah, I know him.
Old school.
He has. I have one song of him in my playlist. I think the song is named something like 187 or something.
Yep, that one. Yep. And then Chip is real old school in UK as well. Chip was making hard music. He was around the time when like he made songs with Stormzy when Stormzy was blowing up, but Chip has been around. Like he's back there. So yeah, I listen to lots of the older music in UK. And then also of course Beatles. Classic. Like
ELO. chill vibes.
Yep, and then on the rock side more ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, Jeff Lynne. He's legend. UK has brilliant music. And always has, in terms of pop, rock. Just some amazing people. Ed Sheeran and bunch of great people come from there. So and I always associate a lot with the UK sound because, as I said, from my growing age of turning into a man living in Hong Kong, I was hanging out with guys from UK. So I was in Hong Kong, and every time I hung out with them, it was UK music. They spoke with a British accent. They said UK slang. They acted that way. So of course it came onto me. And that's what happened. So, but I fuck with UK scene heavy.
Have you done any other jobs in Finland or anywhere else in the world, like which is not like YouTube, artist, music and shit?
No, I've never worked a job.
For real?
In my life, I did my work experience in Tampere at Macau. And McDonald's, the dead?
You were in the 7th or 8th grade. I know.
And I went to Macau and I got kicked out from dead.
McDonald's.
Yeah, and the boss didn't like me. I went
really?
to...
Why?
Yeah, I don't know, because I was, eating cheeseburgers and not doing anything important, but I was at the Galeva Mackie. Yeah. But apart from that, no, I've never worked a normal job.
That was like 1 week, I think. Or
I think it was 1 week,
in 7th or 8th grade. That is not longer than that.
No, 1 week.
But what is your educational like? What you have done? Do you have what the fuck schools in Finland other than the lukio thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you did not went to yliopisto?
No.
Like, okay.
I quit.
Yeah, gotcha. So you've been. So I mean, you have all.
I've always been self-employed. Made my own money.
Through music and through YouTube and
lots
through social media. Do you have any else like what you have done in like self?
Yeah. So I've done when I was living in Hong Kong, me and the Alex guy, we were doing some like drop shipping, had an online store selling like swimwear and stuff. Did that for a bit. I did clothing when I was in Hong Kong. I did like merch for my channel. And it did really well, so I made clothing. I was also like buying and reselling clothes in Hong Kong, like shoes and stuff like that for cash.
Like Jordans or what?
Like Yeezys and Jordans and all the popular
hype
because in Hong Kong there's lots of rich people, so you can sell it easy.
Yes.
And then also I was selling like pictures from my climbing, like posters. I was selling them in Hong Kong, all around the world, and I made like a lot of money doing that.
Nice.
And like I would sign them and send them.
So there was like your fans.
Yeah. And they put them on their walls, and I've got all these pictures from fans like that. I have a big house and this big picture of me on the edge of a building. It's crazy stuff, But I've always found ways to make money. When I had to. But there's been many times in my life I've had no money, zero money, and been broke many times. But I always eventually like work out of it. You know?
Okay. In your new song, Being Said, you said something like, teachers said I would never make it out. Have you had any like chats with your old teachers about like after school, you know?
Not after school, but basically where that line comes from actually comes from Tampere when I was at school.
Yeah.
And when I was failing school, I always remember this. I had a meeting with the principal of the school and my mum and me, and they brought me into this room and they basically told me that I was like nothing. They said like, you're not gonna do anything good, you're gonna live from Gela, you're gonna, you know, never do anything, right? When I was young, I was like 14, 15, super young. And they didn't believe in me at all and just thought I was like an idiot. And then also in Hong Kong, some of the teachers thought I was an idiot and said I wouldn't do anything ever. So that line just comes from, there's been many teachers that have said to me that I'll never do anything big. So that, you know, when you're a young kid, it sticks to you, you know?
Yeah. I can only imagine. I don't know. I don't have like that type of cases with me. I mean, like, I have been always like a good student and shit. Yeah. But I mean, like, if somebody like adult told me when I was a little kid that you're gonna be shit and you're not gonna be anything and shit. I mean, I would have like cried and went to like depression, you know? Like,
yeah, well, look, like, I've been told that many times. Like many times by teachers and many people that I'm gonna fail. And for me, like, I didn't get upset. I just got kind of angry. You know, I had a long period where I was younger where I was just fucking angry at the world, you know? And that's when I started getting I would go, if I went to some place to drink, I would fight with people. I would always, because I was angry, you know, I was angry all the time. Everywhere I went, I was just so angry. Because, you know, there were so many people in my life, like I wanted to be something big, but nobody thought I could do it. There was very few people, you know, like, I think my mum always believed in me. She always thought I was special, and a few other people like in my circle believed in me. But like everyone else outside of that thought I was just a waste of space. So,
but did that like motivate you?
Yeah.
Like when the teachers were saying like, nah, you're never gonna make it and shit.
Yeah, it did.
I mean,
it did. It 100% did. Like, I'm one of those people that if someone tells me you can't do it, I'm gonna make sure I do it. And when I do it, I'm gonna make sure I show them, just so they can feel it.
Do you know like does your parents, not parents, like teachers know about your like now situation, like right now?
Yeah, they do.
You are on the, like, you know, like you have.
Yeah, they do actually. I was on. This is a really funny story. I was at some Chinese restaurant in Herto near me like 6 months ago, and I went to go and eat with my mom, and I was eating my food. It's like a restaurant called Yofu, and I was eating my food, and just I hear some old Finnish man say like "Yames." And I turned around and he's this like old Finnish guy. I was like, he looks familiar. And I was like, who is this? Why is he saying my name? And I went up and I said respectfully, like, who are you? And he said, I was your sports teacher in Tampere. Imagine, this is a crazy story. Like, yeah, and my mum was there and he was like, I was your sports teacher in Tampere when you were like 15. I was like, his name's Juha. I was like, Juha, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. And I really liked him. He was the only teacher. I hated every teacher, but he was dope. Cause like, he saw that we were like boys that had problems, but like, he believed in us. Like, he was a really cool guy, you know? And he was like, the teachers at Vista, they still talk about you today.
For real?
Imagine. So they knew the whole time. They had watched everything I did when I left Tampere to Hong Kong. So it was crazy to me. It was like, it blew my mind. It's just...
Do you know like what they talk about you?
No. I don't know what those teachers said, but Juha, he told me, he was like, I always thought you'd do like some cool stuff, because like he said like you were a kid with energy and you had big dreams. And he was a really cool guy and I always respected him. You know, but like when any teacher told me like shut up, I would keep talking. But if Juha told me shut up, I'd be like, okay, sorry. You know, like I respected him.
Yeah,
because he respected me. He showed me like respect, so he was a really cool guy. And I know that the teachers, at least from Tampere, like they know what I did afterwards. Which is quite funny, but I think at some point soon the whole world will know.
Do you have like any plans in like educational way? Like, do you have plans to go like yliopisto in Finnish?
No. Like I want to study things, but I like to study them myself at home. You know,
like from Google.
Nowadays, like you can watch YouTube, you can watch Google, and you can learn everything. You can learn maths, you can learn sales, you can learn finance, you can learn economy, you can learn social, cultural studies. You can learn everything online. So like, I don't want to go to school. I hate school.
Same thing with me in the video like thing. Everything I want to know, I just
you can find
I'm just write how to do this and that, and then I'm like educate myself and watch the YouTube video and somebody saying like, yo, welcome back, today I'm showing you how to do
this and that.
tracking in vids, or how to cut the vid. And
that's what I mean. So like I have no plans of school.
Okay, yeah,
100%.
Next question is about FTI Records. You are signed there.
Yeah.
Right. How did you end up there? Like, how did you become a FTI's artist?
Okay, so basically, I met Hussa over a year ago now, and I met him through Malton. And after I met Hussa, me and him clicked straight away. He's like me and another person. You know, he's so similar to me. We have very different story, but his mind, he's just like me. Yeah. And we became friends very quick, and I started going to Lahti, making music and this and that. And first, like, he hated my music. And he told me, like, the songs the first songs I made, like the ones I never even posted, he said, like, this shit is bad. He was like, bro, this shit is really bad. Like, he's like, if you want to do this, like, you need to like quit YouTube and make sure like this is what you want to do. Like, he's like, this shit is trash. And I was like thinking about like, yeah, you're right. Stuff sounds really bad. But then I started just hanging out in Lahti all the time, going there. Me and Hussa became really close, and I became close with Daniel and Pablo, and you know, that whole group of guys. And then after that, Hussa told me like, yo, I've got I've got this idea for FTI. Like, I've had this idea in my mind for years, since I was like a kid. And he told me about this idea, and he was like, I want to make a label like around a culture, around an environment. And I was like, bro, like this is dope. And like, we need to make this happen. And I was like, if you want to, I'll be a part of it, and I'll help you build this, and we'll build a team, and we'll make it happen, right? And he was like, yeah, you're joining. So I own the same amount of the company as everybody else involved. And then it was me, Hussa and Daniel. And then I told Hussa and Daniel about Jesse, about Malton, because I knew him about how he knows marketing and all these other things, and he was a really smart guy. And I said like, yo, you need to come and like see if Jesse should join us. And they were like, we met up, and you know, they knew him already, and he knew them, so it was really easy. And then we built this FTI, we registered the company, we went and signed a deal with Universal, and here we are. And then I'm making music, so I'm putting my music through FTI.
So what is your like what's your like job there in FTI? And not, if we are not talking about that you are artist.
My job, So I in Jesse's side, I do the marketing. So me and Jesse handle all the marketing, social media strategies, promotional strategies. We help with like artist affairs, you could say, artist branding, helping the artists how they want to look, this and that. And then Daniel and Hussa do a lot of the music production, the A&Rs, you know, managing the artists, and it works.
Yeah. So can you like live off that? Like, do you get like a salary, I think?
No, we don't have a salary. It's a very new company. You know, it's been out for a few months only. Right now, everything we make, we reinvest into the company to build it and grow the artists and make sure that, because you know, our artists are great and they deserve to get the recognition that we want to bring them. So right now, the priority is to build them as big as they can be.
Yeah. Do you have like any Finnish artist, or maybe even artist who is not from Finland, that you want to sign? Do you have like any in your mind?
There's a few more, but I actually can't say it right now because they're signed to labels and it would create a bit of a thing. But obviously, you know, I know a lot of artists around the world, and there's a few people I'd love to have come and join FTI one day. But right now, it's not the time. We want to branch FTI out globally at some point, you know, in the future. But right now, we're focusing on Finland, Finnish music, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, like you are not rapping in Finnish, and I mean, Hussa is doing a lot of like English music too. So I mean, like it's like pretty naturally, I think is the word, that you and FTI goes like global.
Exactly. It just feels right, and it has to happen, and we're working on that every day.
Did you have like any other like meetings with other like record labels in Finnish?
I'm not sure how much I'm even supposed to say, but basically, if I'm honest, we you know, Hussa signed to Universal, so he had connections there. Daniel has worked with them many times. Daniel used to be signed to Universal back in the days. So you know, we got straight into a meeting room with them, and they were like kind of like, let's hear what they have to say. And we met with the managing director at Universal, and we sat down with them and we explained the idea of FTI, and they loved it. They thought it was a really cool idea, and it was a week after that we signed the paper and it was done. But we didn't meet with any other labels here, but I'm not going to name any names just to not like bait anybody up, but there were a few major labels who said that they wish they had FTI come to them, which was funny. So I think
Okay.
I'm gonna say right now, like with what we're building, Universal is lucky in that sense. Like, of course, they don't need us; they make a shit ton of money. It's Universal, right? But in terms of Finnish culture and the Finnish scene, like we're really thinking about things differently. You know, we've done some things already differently that the industry has liked.
Y'all have this royalty thing
Exactly.
with songwriters.
Yeah, and I would say, if I'm correct, we're one of the first or the first label in Finland to do that. Because songwriters currently, they're only making money from teosta.
Yeah.
You know, and we thought that it's not fair because, you know, songwriters play a huge part in making big songs. All the hit songs you see, I'll tell you right now, like even if there's no writer's name, 95% of the songs you see at the number one have writers. Not all, but most of them. Yes. And these writers, they're very talented people. Yeah. And if producers get royalties, if artists get royalties, why shouldn't the songwriters get royalties? You know, so we thought we would do that, and they take a flat rate of 5%, which increases their revenue a lot.
Yeah. So. And I mean, like that's good that y'all are like starting this like changing
different way. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. We're a bunch of young visionaries with a huge idea and plan where we want to go and how we want to make an impact. And to do that, you have to make the choices.
Yes. Let's go to the next question, and this is about Steven Cannon. And you know what I'm trying to ask. So you have this one song with I mean it's called Only Us. Yes. And there is you, Hussa, which is a Finnish artist, and we have talked about him earlier in the vid. And there is also Steven Cannon, which I mean, who is like affiliated from Lil Xan. And Lil Xan, the artist from US, and the Xanarchy, like the clique and like gang. How did you get like feature from him to your song?
So basically, we knew some guy here in Finland who was a producer. I'm not gonna name him just for like private reasons, but basically he had connections to, this was a while ago, so if I remember correctly, he had connections to Steven in a sense, and we kind of got linked up through that. And originally the song was being produced by one of the producers from 6ix9ine who's done a lot of 6ix9ine songs, but we ended up changing the beat, and Pablo ended up producing it, and Hussa. But we had the connection, and I hit up Steven Cannon to clear the feature and do the payment and speak with him a little bit, and I told him like, let's make the verse, blah, 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 blah. He recorded it, he sent it to me, and we whacked it on the track and we put it on. It was just like, well, why not? Yeah. I felt like doing a feature, and I was like, this Steven Cannon guy is hard.
I mean, so you don't know him as a person?
No. I've spoken to him. Like we had a little chat about it, but like not as a person.
So it's like just business.
Just business. Yeah.
We talked about this earlier in the vid that you linked up with Mountain through internet when you were in the Hong Kong, right? Yeah. But tell me about like how did you link up with him and how did you find him on Hong Kong and like why you like linked up with him when you were
of course so it was very simple. It was just basically I knew I was leaving Hong Kong very soon in a few weeks, and like YouTube was my job, and I was thinking like, you know, are there any YouTubers in Finland I could make some videos with, just meet up some guys who are doing the same thing as me. And I was just like on YouTube, and I typed in like something like Finland vlog or like Finnish YouTuber, and like Malton popped up just from the tags, and I was like, this guy, young guy, looks like me, blah blah blah, you know, hang out. And I just saw his Instagram, and I messaged him and I said, yo, I'm some Aussie guy. I messaged him in Hong Kong and I said, I'm some Aussie guy living in Hong Kong, I'm moving to Finland soon, do you want to make some videos and blah blah blah. And he said, yeah, I looked at your videos, like cool, let's have a call. And I remember I was in Hong Kong and I went to this one alley where I used to smoke, and I went there and smoked, and I called him and I was just on the phone with him. And I was like, yo, my name's James. He's like, my name's Jesse. And I was like, I'm gonna come to Finland. He's like, yeah, let's do it. And he said like, we should make some videos where it's like Australian guy trying some Finnish shit and stuff. I was like, yeah, let's do it, whatever. So I hung up the phone, I got to Finland, and like a week later I met him. I was with some friend at this Glory Hotel in Keskusta, and I was fucked up, and Malton came to the hotel, and we met for the first time, and we just talked like, we're gonna do this, and then like a few days later we started filming. And then after that we became friends.
Did you know like any other Finnish YouTubers
I actually spoke really quickly to Jarkko Parkkali.
I know, really
quickly, but like
I fuck with it.
He sent some voice messages saying like, I don't speak English so well, and I was like, okay, and then we never really spoke much, and also Nova, because obviously Malton was hanging out with Nova. Gotcha. So I spoke to Nova as well, but basically them two.
Jaakko Parkkari, did you like any link up with him?
No.
Yeah. So did not like happen? Any other in your mind, like finish?
No, not really. It was just Malta and Nova, really. Just I fucked with what they were doing and like natural.
Where did you get your artist name? I mean, your like when you're doing music, your name is James Sight. But when you did like YouTube and shit, your name was illsight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about both. Like let's talk about first the YouTube name, because
the illsight came from, it was just really simple, honestly. Like, you know, in US terminology, the word ill means like cool. You know, if that's ill, like illmatic. You know, that's ill. So I was just on a roof one day and I was thinking like, what am I going to call my YouTube channel? I had no idea. Had no clue. Before I started, I was sitting on a roof and I was like, what am I going to call my YouTube channel? And then I was like, cool sight? Okay, that sounds fucking stupid. Nice sight? Okay, that sounds even worse. But I was like, ill sight. And it's just like, it works, you know? It sounded clean. And I was like, ill sight, yeah, that works. Then I wrote it down, went home, put it on my channel. And that's how it happened. And then of course, James Sight.
Yeah, it's your like real name, government name. Yeah. But why you didn't like keep the illsight when you did like music?
Because like I just wanted to use a name. I wanted to separate it because, you know, like all the climbing, all the videos, all the other thing is like on illsight and people remember illsight for that. But like I wanted to separate it. James is me, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
And in the music, I'm being me.
Were you like when you started doing like music and you have to choose your music name? Were you like, if I'm gonna be like illsight in music, people be like, like think about
the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that for a bit, so that's probably why I chose James. But it just felt natural. And of course, I wanted to, as I said, I wanted to separate it. So yeah, for me, it just made sense. James Sight, my name.
Did you have like any other like artist name in your mind, like which is not like Sight or illsight? No other idea. Like I thought of illsight, I was like, nah, James Sight, boom. It was super quick. Like didn't think about it for a second. How fame and clout have changed your life? Well, that's a funny one because it hasn't really changed my life, like my actual life. Like the things that I find important. Like what I find important is safety, security, family, like some real shit, you know? But like in terms of like the social side, of course it changed it. Like right now, not so much because, you know, for the past year I haven't posted anything. I've been behind the scenes, like everything's normal again for a bit, but I think it will change again. But when I was living in Hong Kong and, you know, you blew up and you're young and you're at school and, you know, it changes a lot of shit, you know, like how guys talk to you, like how the boys talk to you, they all want to be your friend, they all want to bring you to places and this and that, and of course how girls talk to you, they start to see you differently and they just want whatever they can do to like even get you in a fucking picture, you know, like it definitely changes. Like it doesn't change me, it changes the people around me. You know, I don't think fame and clout and all these things change the person, it changes everybody around them, because now everybody around you starts seeing you as an opportunity. They think, oh, he can give me money, or he can make my channel go viral, he can make my song go big, he can, you know, make other people think I'm cool. So I don't think some real talk. Yeah, big facts. Like I don't think it changes who you are, I just think it changes everyone around you, and people don't even get it. That's the thing, like people don't understand it. They think you're changing, but really they're changing, because they start to see you as something else. I'm still me, just the same guy I've been forever. Yeah. You know? Do you have like any like real life like tapauksia, like examples of that? Do you have like some people? Yeah, of course. Like hella people have told me I've changed. I've had fights with people I once called brother, because, you know, they think I'm changing. Like, oh, they said like, oh, ever since you got views, you're not seeing us, you're not doing this, you know, they're just saying some bullshit like 24/7 or like, you know. I've had lots of issues with people because of that, but I never gave a fuck, and I was like, okay, if you're gonna meet me on the street and you talk about this, we can sort it out there. But like, if they're messaging me that stuff, I don't even reply, because it's like, I noticed that I had this group of people around me, and then when I started getting numbers and started working harder and focusing on my career, then they started thinking I'm like a traitor, like an enemy or something. They start seeing like I'm like, oh, you're changing, you're becoming this, and I just told them, like, shut the fuck up, honestly. Like, I'm just me. So if I could say it simply, 99% of the time when you become successful and you get numbers and this and that, you don't change, the people around you do, and they don't understand it, and they just don't get it. How do you have like people in real life that has like recognized you on the streets on like Helsinki or any other city in Finland? All the time. or in any other country?
Yeah. Shit, let me think. In Hong Kong, it was every day. At least 5 to 10 times a day. Fucking 24/7 because it's a small city. Really small city, and I was doing numbers, and I had tattoos, white boy, like I looked different to everybody there. So like all the time I was meeting fans. That was dope. It was dope. It got to a point where these posters I was selling. I started carrying them in my bag because when I met fans, I'd always give them one.
Like for free or
for free. Of course, I'll give them one right now and be like, hey, go take it. Because I met people all the time. It was all the time. And then in Finland, when I was like doing a lot of the videos in Malta, every time we went outside, it was always people come take pictures with us, or people take pictures of us, or say hi, and just and it's normal. It's people just like to say hi.
Do you have like any like fun interaction with fans, like which have like
I've met a lot of drunk fans that tell me how much they love me, and they go on about how I'm some type of god, and I'm just standing there like, what the fuck are you talking about? Lots of things like that.
Yeah, got you. Same type of situation with me. Like people in like concerts and festivals, they come to me like, yo, Osmo, you are like Adam 22 of Finland. I fucking love you. You're a god and shit like that. I mean, like
crazy,
I got you what you're trying to say.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Do you have like if you go like right now to Stacy or any place, do you know like people recognize you there?
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah. Like, even nowadays, like people don't come up to me as much now because as I said, I disappeared for so long. They still look at me and I see it. They stare. Like a lot of the people know who I am, but they just don't really want to talk. And also in Finland, it's different because a lot of them are nervous to speak English. They know I speak English, so they get a bit.
Yeah. Got you. Yeah. Do you have like any like plus and minus or like pros and cons about like being a famous style? I mean, like
right now, like I think it's all fine, but I think when I get really big, it's gonna be a bit different because then it gets really hard. But now it's just it's chill, nothing to worry about.
But do you have like plus things like what is good things about being a celebrity
Okay, so the good things about it is like a lot of people love you. You get a lot of support. People push you. People are excited for what you do. All those good things. And then the negatives are people think they know you because of what you do online. They think they know everything about you. They treat you differently. They look at you like an opportunity, not like a person. And they talk a lot of shit. But that doesn't matter. People will talk. It is what it is.
Yeah, got you. Do you have any collabs with like Finnish artists coming up? Like any others than like Hussa or FTI? It might happen, but right now I'm really focused on my music and myself. I'm not really planning any features apart from one that's in my mind from Hong Kong. But like, the Finnish scene for me, it's more on a business side. Like I'm trying to do the FTI stuff and all of that, but I'm not so like into the whole Finnish rap scene so much, if I'm honest. Like, there's a lot of great artists, and there's a lot of great artists making great music here. And I watch a lot of it, but like I'm not trying to like make any Finnish music. I'm like really focused on out of this country and like the global side of things. Who is the artist you fuck with who are from Finland?
Quite a few. Obviously Kledos, he's cool. It's like Ski Six and BML and obviously there's YB and what's his name?
Nute.
Jones. Yeah. That's cool what they've done recently. Definitely made some moves. Big facts.
Today
it went number one.
They went number one.
So shout out to that. Respect.
Spotify.
It's cool. A bunch, and I like Bam. The pop stuff. She's super hard. Arttu Wiskari.
For real?
Yeah, he goes hard. Come on. Hey, that's summertime fucking beer drinking music.
I mean, that's pretty fun to hear that from you. Like, you are from Australia and shit, and you fuck with Bam and fucking Arttu Wiskari.
They're hard.
Arttu Wiskari has, I don't know if there's like people watching this who is not from Finland. I think you don't know who is Arttu Wiskari and Bam. Arttu Wiskari has like
legend.
I don't know how to say, but pretty like the song Kahvimaito and shit like that. I mean, they're pretty fun and like drinking songs. And like,
but like that's how I wrap up the Finnish stuff. But there's a bunch of cool artists, but I don't listen to it so much.
But your Spotify Rapid 2020. Did you like check your stats from there. How much you listen music like 2020 and who artists and shit?
I didn't actually. I looked through it, but I didn't pay so much attention.
Okay,
I've been a busy man recently.
Yeah, got you. But do you know like any of like what is the most listened to song or most listened artist or like?
I can't remember. Minutes? I think it was like some Lil Mosey or something.
Lil Mosey,
I think, yeah.
So you fuck with him heavy?
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah, I'll fuck with him too. Yeah. I have seen him in Blockfest.
Yeah.
Too.
And that concert in Helsinki, I saw you there. Remember?
I have seen him twice. Yeah. Blockfest and Helsinki Circus.
Yeah.
Mountain was there too.
Yeah.
Got you. I mean, I fuck with him.
Yeah, he's hot.
Do you know? Do you remember any other artists?
I think Unknown was on there. He had a good year. He had a good year.
UK.
Yeah. I don't remember. Apart from them, honestly, I have no idea.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Your quarantine time. Everybody knows like all the like vittu maailma world went to
shit.
Went to lockdown and shit. What did you do like when you were in the quarantine?
Work.
How did you spend your time?
Just work, nothing else. Like it has changed for me, nothing. Because I'm someone who, I stay at home and I make music all day, every day. And then when I leave the home, I go to Lahti and I make music, you know? So it hasn't changed anything for me. And I'm blessed I've been able to work from home and still pay my bills, and it's been really good. But like, yeah, for me, I've just been working. Nothing different, really, just same old life.
Yeah.
But a bit boring, not much.
Yeah, you kind of go to outside and like have fun.
Can't go to low.
Yeah. You fuck with it.
Yeah, for sure.
There is like sauna and place to like swim and shit.
Yeah, it's a good spot, man.
Yeah, I have never been there, but I heard like
this summer.
Many people.
This summer you're gonna come with me. We're gonna.
Let's go. I mean, like many people talk about Löyly.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
It's like fireplace. And
it's a good spot.
Good. Do you go sauna often?
Every now and then.
I mean, I have to show you how to sauna.
Oh, you have to show me. No. I go every now and then.
I mean, I go sauna pretty often.
Yeah, I like sauna.
Yeah.
I go every now and then.
Yeah, good. Are you planning to drop like a whole project like this year or next year or something like that?
Yeah, like I can't say anything about a project this year, maybe. Most likely a project will come next year, but you never know. If something happens quickly, I'm gonna put a project together this year.
Yeah.
But most likely I'm dropping singles every single month. Every single month this year, singles. And as I said, on the 16th of April, we have Angels and Demons. And then after that, I'm fully decided which song is coming, but it might be a song which I also produced and everything done myself. But yeah, every month we're gonna be dropping singles. I'm gonna do a couple of videos here and there, and we'll see what happens, but maybe.
Does Angels and Demons have music video?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Not right now, but if something happens, we might do a video for it.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. What is your plan with like album? Do you have that? I mean, do you want to have like 20 or 10 or 30 songs in the album?
It would probably be like a 10 song, 10 to 12 song.
I mean that's like the best length.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. And I mean like one album is like 10 songs, and next year you have another 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you have like any like feature ideas to the album? Do you wanna have, like who artists you wanna put on the album with you or producers?
I've got no ideas right now, honestly.
Okay.
No clue. Just doing. I take every day as it comes. You know,
or producers. Other than Hussa and Pablo, you have.
There's this one producer who I've got connections to. I think I want to link up with in Hong Kong. His name's Silverstrike.
Okay.
He goes super hard. He uses all the Chinese strings and really oriental sounds.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So maybe work with him.
Like what is the song? Ian Dior and Lil Baby.
Yeah, sounding like that. Exactly, something like that. Yeah. So maybe some of those guys. But yeah, apart from now, just no idea. Just meeting new people and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Do you have like any studio sessions in Finland with producers who is not Pablo or Hussa or Dani or
IGF?
He have worked with Mad Boy Ali
and all those guys. I worked with IGF quite a bit actually, like a year and a half ago. We had some sessions in Galasatama, maybe like 10 sessions. But then I started working with Pablo and Daniel because he's a really great producer, a really smart kid. But of course, you know, when I was working with Hussa and Daniel, there was a real connection, you know, a real vibe, and it just made more sense to work there. So, but yeah, apart from that, I haven't really worked with any Finnish producers.
What is your favorite concert you have been as a listener?
Favorite concert as a listener?
Or like a festival, or...
I'll tell you what. Wait, I need to think for a minute.
Yeah.
I would say I haven't been to many hip hop concerts. You know, like of course I saw like Weekend Festival here and stuff, but I don't think it was so good in my opinion. But I
we met there.
We met there, with Hussa.
I did the vlog. And you were a part of it. Yeah.
But like I would say actually it was like an EDM festival in Hong Kong, ultra music festival. It was crazy. There was a Marshmallow, Slushy, Zed, bunch of, you know, the big DJs. It was really cool and it was a really good show. And I would say like the energy was crazy and the sound systems were insane and everybody was turning up and we were turning up. And
how many people was there?
I don't know, but a lot.
I mean, like Hong Kong is like, there lives like, I don't know,
7 million people.
Yeah, 7 million. I think like Helsinki has like 500k.
Yeah.
I mean, like the festivals have to be like big there too.
Exactly, it was huge in Hong Kong. It was crazy. It was a crazy night.
And I mean, like there's also Marshmallow. I mean, he's a big ass.
Yeah,
like,
all the names were
DJ.
there. Yeah. And my friends were actually doing like the official photo shooting for Marshmallow that day. So,
really?
Yeah.
That's
but
nice.
yeah, it was crazy. Really cool energy.
Do you have like any your own concert? I mean, have you done any own concert?
No. But this year I think there's gonna be some crazy shit.
After pandemic.
After I put out all these songs and the pandemic ends, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, for real. I mean, like, you are pretty
energetic.
Yeah,
I got too much energy, man.
I mean, like when you go on the stage, I mean, you go crazy.
Just know I'm gonna go fucking crazy. Yeah. No, just wait, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna go to jail. The police will take me away, man.
So if you not go crazy.
For real.
I mean, like your energy is like you go like crazy and you're dancing and you'll be like doing like this. I mean, if you go on stage, I mean, there's no way there is like do this, you know, boring.
I'll bring the energy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the last question I have in mind for this vid, and I think this is like your goals to 2021.
Goals to 2021.
And after that, goals till like 2025.
Yeah. Okay. So my goals this year is to have a viral hit song. And I think I'm gonna make that happen. I feel it. I'm making some really good music right now and we have a really great team and a huge vision. So that's one of my goals. My goal is also to become financially completely stable so that my money situation is really good. I can invest in projects and just be really comfortable and live in a bigger apartment and, you know, just little things and take care of my family and you know, buy them nice gifts and be able to do things with them and support them. Just build FTI and make FTI like a statement here in Finland and really build a good label, a respected label. And just make everything that I'm doing just go up, right? Yeah. And by 2025.
Till 2025 there is like 4 years, so I mean...
I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'll tell it right now, I'm saying on camera, there'll be a lot of people who think it sounds ridiculous. But by 2025, I reckon I'll be a millionaire and by then I can do a lot. I want to build systems for young kids that come from hard places and help them. You know, I want to build foundations for music so that kids from troubled backgrounds can get into music and can have support. I want to build systems that people can use to become the best they can be. You know, I want to actually really inspire and motivate people to change their life and become as good as they can be. So I just want to build an empire around all of this.
I mean, that's pretty nice to hear from you that you want to like...
I want to provide.
Bring like kids from like, what is the English word, like bottom is all.
Yeah, exactly. From hard places. Because hard places. Those kids are misunderstood. And I'm gonna spit some more facts. It's that like these kids, they run around and they do stupid things, right? And they fight and they do dumb stuff, and people always look at them like they're nothing. But the thing is, people don't understand them because these kids are coming from hard places and they don't have opportunities in a lot of places. And I want to be able to use what I build to give opportunities, you know, to help them find a direction and make a good life themselves. Gotcha. And I think like, you know, what I'm doing is so much bigger than me. Like this music and this everything, it's a lot bigger than just me. This is like it's like a whole world in itself that I just want to be able to build things for people and provide and make a change.
Yeah, got you.
That's the best thing we can do.
Yeah. Where you live in 2025?
Man, I've got no idea. Maybe LA.
So do you have plans on moving out of Finland?
Maybe one day, at one point for sure. But right now, I don't know where I'd go. We'll see.
I mean, in your case, I mean, that's like pretty natural to move in a country where people speak English. Because you know, like you don't speak Finnish that much.
Exactly.
I mean, like that's pretty natural. Makes sense to you. Like to move in like LA or like the States.
Exactly.
I got you.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, that's I think what I'm finna do. But yeah, right now I don't know where I'll be. We'll see.
But right now,
you guys can comment and guess where I'll be. Whoever wins gets 10,000 euros cash. Woo! 5 years from now, you can message me on Instagram and say you won the 10K.
Yeah. I mean, I have to comment all the states in. All the countries in the world.
So that you can win.
I need
on a new account, make a fake account. Fuck it. Yeah.
I need the 10K, man. I need the 10K, man, to buy some new camera shit and like pay some rent and shit.
Pay some rent.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't have to pay rent today. I mean, like I live with my parents.
That's dope.
But I think maybe hopefully in next few months I live somewhere here near you.
Yeah,
like,
that would be dope.
Here in Helsinki.
Yeah.
I mean, like Helsinki, I want to move to here, and I mean, like all my job is here.
Yeah,
I mean,
course.
like I wanna move here,
and
now because my army is done, I mean, next I have to think about the next thing in my life and shit. So
we'll see.
Move to Helsinki and get a job here. And
let's do it.
Maybe start at school. I don't know, like some media.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Do you have like any last words, like inspirational words to your listeners?
Last words, right? I want to say
like
a couple
shout outs to your
shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Alex. I want to give a shout out to Daniel, Hussa, Pablo. I want to give a shout out to my family, to the people around me, connected to that, to all the people close to me, everyone who supported me. And then give a shout out to the listeners, the fans, the people who watch me and support me. You guys are like family to me, and I appreciate it. It means the world that you guys can fuck with me and make something big with me. But yeah, honestly, to the kids watching this shit, just if you have something that's in your heart and you know it's what you want to do, just go and do it. If your parents say you suck, if your friends say you suck, it doesn't matter. Just go and do it. And life is never that bad. It can always be worse. So just be grateful every day, be blessed, and go and make something happen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, like, I don't have any other questions left. I mean, we have talked.
I think we covered it. Nearly 2 hours.
Like 2 hours. I mean, like English is not my like first language and shit. I mean, people can see from the video that I mean, like there's some parts. I mean, I started to speak something fucking ridiculous and shit. But I mean, like, I have to like get my game up, you know, like, and I mean,
it will naturally happen.
I mean, like, I have to practice more English, but Finnish is my first language and shit. But thank you for watching this video.
Thank you guys.
And you know, like,
thank you, Osmo.
Yeah, kiitos. Thank you.
For sure.
Go follow our like Instagram and YouTube channels and shit. I link both of them to the description. Comment down below if you fuck with the vid, and I mean, like, put thumbs up to the vid if you like the vid, and subscribe to my channel here in YouTube. And I don't know, is there anything else?
That's it, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Done.
Thank you, and see you in the next vid.
Peace.
Boom.